Hey, 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 hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm waiting for y'all to join me in the room tonight. If you are catching this on my YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Leave your comments down below, okay? So, child. Trying to make it so you can see me. Y'all know I be scrolling on these TikTok streets, and I always get inspiration to make these prompts based off of the things that I see, the things that I hear, what people got going on, child. So there was this live stream. I can't remember the creator's name, and I don't even think they had a prompt up there when I don't know. So I didn't take a screenshot of it, but I did listen in on a little bit of the conversation, and child, this lady was up there like, are you indigenous to America? Are you saying that you're Native American? Like, really pressing this Black American man. And I was so frustrated because he wasn't giving it back to her. Like, he didn't have what it took to be on that panel with them, interrogating him like that. Like, it really, I was like, y'all know I don't like to go on these panels because, child, I just be feeling like people do not deserve. Like, I did click on one for like 5 seconds, and then I didn't like what the lady was saying, so I clicked out. I didn't even like unmute. I didn't even speak. I was like, why am I on here? Like, I should not be on here. But thank you, Maya. So she was like, oh yeah, as long as y'all don't say that Black Americans are indigenous to the United States of America, because that's impossible. And the guy was like, oh, I'm a Black American, and I have pride in being a Black American. And she was like, oh, you can't have Black pride if you don't claim your African ancestry. And I was like, what? Thank you, Tito. You can't have Black pride if you don't claim your African ancestry. If you don't, and I'm like, why are we expected to center Africa in order for us to have Black pride? Like, they're not even Black over there. They come over here and recognize that they're Black. They don't need societal racial constructs over there because majority of the people are them. Like, I'm just so confused. We've had this conversation before, but it came up on the panel that I was watching, and the way those women were talking to that man really pissed me off. And you know what I've been noticing? Just scrolling, because they do these lives earlier. I guess because maybe some of them are they got a time difference or whatever the case may be. But it's usually earlier in the day when I see like these live streams, and it just shows up on my FYP. But a lot of the women are very nasty. A lot of them are very nasty. They really are, and they have the superiority complex, and they talk down really like worse than the men. Like, you would think, thank you, Veronica, you would think it's the men. No, a lot of the women, are nasty. And I'm like, dang, like, and then one of them was cursing at him like, I don't give a fuck, like, y'all are delusional, and y'all think that y'all are not African. And I'm just like, why do we need to center Africa to be pro-Black? When I, like, let's just be honest, like, the song I'm Black and I'm Proud was written by James Brown in the 1960s. You could pull up pictures of what Africans were doing in the 1960s. They were not making music about Black pride. They weren't. And it's just crazy. And then so I'm scrolling the live that I did click on, which I didn't stay. This woman, she said she was a Black American, but she was going in on Tariq Nasheed. And somebody called me a pick-me for Tariq Nasheed in the comments, because I was like, what is this lady talking about? She was like, oh, you guys don't have a leader, that's why you're gonna fail. And then she was like, oh, y'all's leader just want money. So she was contradicting herself. That's why I said, what is she talking about? You know what I mean? And then she was basically saying, Tariq Nasheed, am I feeling better? I'm okay. She was saying Tariq Nasheed was telling us to be MAGA and telling FBA to be MAGA. And I was like, when did he ever say that? I don't listen to him all the time. I'm not a devout follower. I'm not a devout FBA. But when I do pop into his lives, I've heard him say Black American people shouldn't vote for anybody without being incentivized to do so, without asking for tangibles. I never heard him say to be MAGA. I never heard him say that. And she was just going on and on. She was like, oh, FBA, the whole movement is a grift. So I was like, okay, that's something else that we could put in the prompts. Like, I want to know what you guys think about this. And yeah, exactly. He never said that. That's why I was like, what? And if somebody to call me a pick-me, I'm the furthest from a pick-me. If I was a pick-me, y'all would see me on that man's platform all the time. Y'all do not. Y'all probably see me up there maybe once or twice. If I was a pick-me, I could have probably been a mod. Do y'all know who I'm? Shit, I'm Love Jones, okay? I'm Love Jones. If I was a pick-me hoe, I would be all up in the video, okay? And I really don't. Like, I really don't. I be chilling. I do my own thing. You know, I'm living, you know, my own life. Like, I got a lot going on. You never see me. I've been on there, I think twice. I went on there. One time I was on there with my face because I wanted to ask him questions because people kept coming on my panel bringing him up. And I asked him, do you represent any political parties? He said no. I asked him, did he have plans on running for political office? When I asked him that, he said, at that time, no. He said no. You know, I was like, is it a grift? Like, I literally was asking him these questions because people would come up here and talk crazy about him. So I'm like, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now getting privy to, like, what he got going on. And I asked him questions, and he answered every single question that I asked him. It wasn't no hesitation. It wasn't giving shady. It wasn't none of that. It didn't seem like he had anything to hide either. But that lady was going in. She was like, y'all are stupid if you think, you know, listening to him, all he wants to do is just steal your money, and y'all are just giving him money. He don't give nothing back to the community. He does nothing charitable for the community. And I'm just like, well, I don't know. Like, I've heard of him doing, like, events and stuff at his museum. I don't know exactly what anybody has going on so much outside of the metaverse, you know, because we're in the metaverse together. So whatever we're doing in the 3D, we wouldn't really know. Nobody knows. Then somebody's asked me, oh, do you give back what you do? I said, who the fuck? And this is in the comments because y'all know I do not like getting on people's panels. So somebody, like a moderator, was like, Love Jones, join the conversation. I clicked on, and then that lady kept going on, and another guy was up there cussing some guy out because the guy was like, y'all can't say all these things about Tariq because they're not true. And he was like, oh, you're not going to say nothing to my aunt. You're not going to check my aunt. After that, I said, I'm getting down because I feel like I'm going to get to cussing this lady out too. The guy didn't cuss her out, but the way she was talking to him was so demeaning. I was like, I'm probably going to cuss this lady out. And y'all know I don't like to be up here arguing, especially not with women. Like, I think it's very tacky. Like, I don't like it. I'll, you know, of course I'll do it if it gets there. But for the most part, I'll be just trying to, like, I have allergies. I be trying to, like, keep the peace and, you know, be neutral and not do, like, thank you, Queen Califia. I don't be into all of that, but she was just going in. Oh, first he's not a leader and then our leader. So it's just like, which one is it? Like, pick a lane, pick a side and stay there. People are so finicky and they don't even realize how hypocritical a lot of them come across. Thank you. So you know what I said? I was like, well, this is another thing I typed in the comments. I said, well, what? Because they kept saying, what has Tariq done for the community? What has Tariq done for the... Tariq himself always say, I'm not nobody's leader. I don't lead 50 million people. Like, you know, people are entitled to do what they want to do. Everybody has different opinions. He also says if people come on the internet talking crazy, he don't got nothing to do with that. He don't got a headquarters where he have secret meetings. Well, maybe he do. I don't I don't know. If Tariq Nasheed got a secret society, only Access Plus, I'm not a part of it. I'm not a part of the TikTok. I'm not a part of it. I don't know what the hell people got going on. But she was just really going in. So I said, well, what has the blue, you know, the blue political party, what has the blue side done for Black Americans? You keep talking about this one man. What has a whole party that we've been voting for decades done for Black Americans? What have we gained? Absolutely nothing. We've not gained anything. So if people do want to switch sides, they're well within their rights. And I don't like that people try to, like, burn you at the stake for having different views, different ideologies, or, you know, just thinking differently. Like, You could vote however you want. I shouldn't say that. But y'all get what I'm saying. Thank you, always First Class Media. Thank you. What's up? Hey. But y'all get what I'm saying. You could cast your ballot wherever and however you want. I don't think it's appropriate for people to get on the internet and try to shame you for your views. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like, it's just like weird to me. Only Tethers and DNC show says he's their leader. They Get a new topic. Get off of my coochie juice, bitch. Who are you? Stranger danger. Why you in here? I'm talking about what y'all talk about all fucking day. Okay? Y'all need to get a new topic. And until you do, you don't tell me what to do. Let me block you, ho. Scram, bitch. Don't ever come back. Talking about get a new topic. Hell no. Y'all get to get up here and make fucking lives about us for 24 days and 7 nights. That didn't make no damn sense, but y'all know what I mean. 24/7 is what I was trying to go for. I don't know where 24 days and 7 nights came from. Anyways, y'all don't get to get up here and make these lives about us every single day and make a coin and get your pages up and get your clout up and aura farm and HATE and rage farm us all day long. I be so annoyed when I see us on these panels. I'm like, why are y'all giving these people your energy? Like, you want to have those conversations, let them come to where we are. Thank you, John. Let them come to where we are. Thank you, Diane. Let them come to where we are. We have those type of conversations amongst ourselves. Now, if they choose to come and join, that's one thing. But for us to be going over there to their panels, I can't stand it. Like, it irritates my soul. Like, one time I was watching one where they were saying, I posted it on my YT, and they were basically saying how, we get our hair braiding styles from them. I could play it for y'all, matter of fact, because I screen recorded it, and I was going to do a video on here, but it was too long. The screen recording was 6 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post this because we need to know what's going on. Like, honestly, a lot of us are still asleep. So even us having these conversations and me hosting these panels, people saying, oh, get a new topic. No, there's some of us that don't even really understand what's happening and how they really trying to ethically erase us. Like, basically saying all of our contributions to society is Africans. Everything that we've done is attributed to Africa. The way we wear our hair, the way we dress. Let me play y'all this video. I'm just going to play it because people swear I just be making... Well, y'all know. I can't even say people swear I be making up stuff because y'all know. Y'all know how I give it up. Y'all see it yourselves too. So it's not like I'm the only one that's just seeing this and y'all don't see these things. Y'all see these things and y'all see the interactions that happen when they come over here. But let me play this video for y'all. I think it's like 6 minutes. Where is it? Oh my God, I'm so congested, y'all. Okay, yes. Let me turn the volume up.
Need help moving and unpacking? You could ask your cousin who she hired last year.
What movers did you...
I gotta have my commercial shout. That's how I get my coin, my AdSense, okay?
Let's calm down.
Listen.
First of all, sir, this is the thing, right? When Miss Dominican and I said Afrobeat.
So this is an African panel. The African girl, her name is she_tropical. And on her prompt, it says modern day braiding styles were created by Africans, which is a fact phase on live, child. And then they also said Afrobeats is taking over the world. I'm going to play it.
Is dominating the world. You got in the comments hating, talking about Afrobeats is dominating the world.
I never heard that. That was new to me.
Me either.
Of course, because you're not.
In America, it doesn't dominate, and we dominate. Y'all just said we dominate the media. And if it's not dominating in America, how are y'all dominating? You just said that.
Sir, you guys dominated the media when we didn't have the power of social media to see each other's cultures. Now that people can push their own narrative on their phones, the tides has changed.
So all I did was ask a question. Afrobeats dominating the world because I haven't heard it.
Afrobeats and French Congolese music are clearly dominating the world.
This is clearly a bold-faced lie. This is a lot. Is Afrobeats dominating the world? Like, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't look at the Afrobeats charts, so I have no idea. But y'all can fact check that to see, if they're like the number one. Is Afrobeats the number one genre in the world right now? Because I don't know. I haven't exactly unwritten. I haven't pulled up the stats. I haven't looked, so I don't know. But
right now,
you went off on her.
We'll see how long that lasts. It can't be if it ain't hitting the wave. Y'all tripping. Like just because y'all listen to it, don't mean
it's just that Americans.
We make shit go. That's the problem.
No, it's just that Americans
don't like that. Whatever we listen to, that's what's going. That's a fact, and that's what y'all don't like. I figured it out.
It's just that Americans don't look beyond their borders. So whatever's happening here in America, you think that it's happening all around the world, and that's not the case. That's not true.
Y'all dressing like this. The music is like ours.
We all dress like Europeans. We don't dress like you.
She said they dress like Europeans. They don't dress like us. They said they dress like Europeans. They don't dress like Black Americans. First of all, Europeans dress like Black Americans. Like, these people get up here and tell a bold-faced lie. It gets to a point.
Europeans didn't dress like that.
Europeans clothes made in China. We wear European clothes made in China.
The Europeans don't say that. The Europeans don't say that.
We wear. You guys are the only people.
I only say that to discredit us. To discredit us when y'all say something like that. That's crazy.
This video shows the brand
Only to discredit us. That's European wear. Show us Europeans wearing that in the 1700s like y'all asked for the black. Show us Europeans wearing that in the 1990s.
People about these fibers that
Europeans in the early 2000s. Show them wearing this stuff.
Who's the owner of Nike?
They love to go back to who's the owner. At the end of the day, a lot of their kente cloth is manufactured in India. And also manufactured in China. It's just like the things that they say and throw at us could literally be thrown back at them tenfold. So I just be so confused.
These are Europeans
wearing these clothing styles and these things in the way of the manner and the swagger that we do. Stop it. They call it streetwear for a reason.
Stop, Flash. I don't want to keep muting you, but it's like you're dominating the panel and I'm trying to speak.
I'm responding to 5 people.
Let me respond to you. We wear European clothes. We do not wear your clothes. You are not the creators of jeans, t-shirts.
We are the creators of jeans and t-shirts. Lo and behold, and little do they know, we actually are. And it's so sad that all of our innovations, however we dress, everything that we've done and created to build the fabric of this country has been stolen, colonized, and co-opted. So people don't believe us when we say, no, indigo, that's something that comes from us. That blue dye, that hard denim, the dungaree, that was cultivated and created by Black American hands. Cotton t-shirts too. I mean, they literally make fun of us for picking cotton. But yet you don't think that we created t-shirts, cotton t-shirts? Like, come on, bro.
Baggy pants, none of that. Those clothes are made in China.
Oh my, okay.
They are. That's a fact.
Yes, that is a fact.
So do the Indians and the Chinese get credit for their kente cloth? Because that's where a lot of their stuff is manufactured at as well. Do they get credit for creating kente cloth in their traditional garb? Thank you, 313. Thank you, CJ. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Like, do we get credit for jollof rice because tomatoes come from the Americas? Since that's what we're doing?
About a lot of different clothing. This is what we're saying. The style, the way y'all wear them, and the swagger you try to wear with is us. That is a fact, too. Well, yeah, that European clothes, because all they do
is dressing like that anymore. It's frowned upon.
No one is dressing like that anymore. It's frowned upon. I'm not even gonna play the rest of this. Y'all can check out my YT channel. It's the Love Jones Show. If you want to hear the rest of this, I'm about to open up the panel. But it gets to a point. Many of the clothes y'all wear, y'all don't know Africans are designing for Ivy and Burberry. The only reason why Africans are having those opportunities is because Black Americans opened the door for them to even have those opportunities. Virgil Abloh was only able to work for Louis Vuitton because of Kanye West, a Black American man. Kanye West gave him an opportunity. We literally have cornered all the markets. We've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's for y'all to be able to walk in behind us. I don't know why is it so hard to give us credit credit and to give us grace for how we've created and curated a space for us to exist on a higher plateau and higher platforms in this matrix. Black Americans did it for everybody that have the same hue of complexion. Modern day, I don't want to time travel 5,000 years ago. Modern day, we put black people, black presenting people on the map. And it's very sad and pathetic that you all will literally fight tooth and nail before you ever admit that or give us some grace. It's very pathetic because I would never get up here and take credit for things that I know for sure is African. All right. Okay, so I'm about to let you guys up on the panel. 3 minutes to speak, no cussing, no over talking, and state your ethnicity, okay? Wait, why did this switch? Switch sides. Hello, Professor Alon.
Hey, what's going on, Love Jones? It's good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well. Rolling with the punches. You know how I do. You know how we do.
Period. Okay, let me start your timer. All right, go for it.
Okay, can you have black pride and not center Africa? Yes, because Africans are not black. I used to live in West Africa. For those of you that don't know, I lived in Ghana. And I never heard the word black mentioned in Togo, Ghana, Nigeria, or anywhere in that surrounding area. They've never referred to themselves black. Black is our ethnic identifier. And furthermore, they are not sure on who they are. Dr. Chancellor Williams pointed out that your West African class, the people we have the most problems from, are Bantu, that is Batu. When the Europeans came to Africa didn't even the name. It was called Alkebulan. Is what some scholars
It's
say.
so hard for me to pronounce that.
It's hard. You know what? I have a hard time. If you go to Chick-fil-A, Arnold Palmer. That's hard to pronounce. If you say
Arnold
it real
Palmer?
fast. Yeah, I can't say it. It's
We say half and half up here.
half and half. Yeah, I call it a Sunjoy. But anyway, yeah, Chancellor pointed out that if you see me looking around, I'm out on the back porch, and there's animals running up through the woods and stuff. Yeah, Dr. Chancellor Williams pointed out that they're Bantu. During the Berlin Conference, the Europeans literally divided up Africa without having one African on the panel making decisions. And a group of, almost said something ugly, a group of Africans from the jungle were brought to these different places like Ghana and Nigeria, so they don't know who they are. Now, if you want to go to East Africa, to Somalia, Ethiopia, maybe Ethiopia is a little bit different, but the Somalians, Dr. John Henry Clark called them a bastard child of a bastard child. I love TikTok. Yeah, because so much grape went down there. They don't really know who they are. They're mixed with African and Arab. The Arabs came to Alkebulan running away from themselves. The Arabs had such a violent culture in the Middle East that they were running away to seek refuge. And once the Somalians and that group invited them in, they never left. They took over that area and got engaged into grape. So I'm saying that to say they don't know who they are. We are like one of the only group of people who know exactly who we are. We've just been brainwashed through spells to believe that we're something else.
Yes.
All right. Is FBA a grift? No, it's an ethnic identifier to specify our heritage. FBA started, believe it or not, with Dr. Claude Anderson.
Yes.
He wanted to identify us, and he referred to us as Native Black, but that caused a little confusion because people are like, are you Native American and Black? Are you mixed? So our brother Tariq Nasheed cleaned the word up and made it more specific. And the term FBA is literally wreaking havoc amongst these melanated immigrants because they're used to grifting off of us. So FBA is not a grift. It's just the melanated Africans have been used to grifting on us. So, but I'll land for there because other people want to speak.
Okay. LB Carter, can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
I'm African. I'm Somali.
Are you in America? Thank you, Cherry.
I live in America, Seattle, Washington, but I'm vacationing somewhere right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I need. Wait. It's too tiny. I can only read some of it. I'm gonna read the one in the middle. The one up there by
Uh,
your picture. It is too
oh,
small
that's
for me
just
to
the
see.
rules. That's just the rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Can you
don't
have
worry.
black bride and not Center Africa or claim African ancestry? Uh, my personal opinion, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, all melanated people with obviously African genetics come from the same place, right? But that's my opinion. But let's just say, what do you call it? Black Americans are indigenous to America. Wouldn't that mean that they're under occupation? If they're indigenous to the land and these white tees and Spaniards and native came by boat and walking, right now the black Americans in America, they're a minority. There's 44 million people. Still a lot of people, but you know what I'm saying, right? So my question now is, who is making black Americans
In the
into
chat. Yeah.
Africans?
Right. When's the last
Sorry. Go ahead.
So it's mind boggling that black Americans are trying to shit on Africans, right? And the end of the day, no African
Wait. Say that. Run that back. You said somebody's trying to shit on Africans?
No, yeah, like even before, like this individual talking, he tried to say that,
Professor
like, oh,
Alon?
sorry,
Professor Alon.
yes, he mentioned something saying like Somalis are bastards or some shit like that. So
I
to
said
me,
that hold on, Dr. John Henry Clark said that y'all are a bastard child of a bastard child. That's not my word, sir. That's Dr. John
yeah,
Henry Clark.
that's wild. So what do you call it? No, but there's a lot of supremacy around. You know what I'm saying? I could talk supremacy. What do you call talking points, right? Like right now, there's 44 million Black Americans in the country. 24.5 million come from single parent home. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are talking points. Like it's
What?
not getting
Who
into one
said
ear.
that?
It's on
Anyways,
Google.
what is the point? What's your point? So are you trying to like humble or talk down, or you're trying to demean, you're using a demeaning tactic right now, talking about 25 million of y'all come from a single home. So half of all
Ma'am,
black Americans, are you saying we
no,
don't know who
ma'am.
our fathers are? Like,
Hear me out. Ma'am, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just using that other guy's logic against him, right?
no, stop. Let me pause you. He was literally quoting an author, someone that actually did some research or stuff, right, Professor? I don't want to speak for you, but you're
No, you're
quoting
right.
something that was written in a book. He's not
And
speaking from
Yeah.
his own emotions or making up shit. You
okay,
just made that
okay.
up and pulled that out your
But hear
ass.
me out. Me, I'm speaking from Google. I Googled it. You can check it yourself.
Okay. Anyways,
But the black Americans, their worst enemy is white tea. Africans didn't start Jim Crow, segregation, slavery. You know what I'm saying? Me, I respect the black American struggle. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're the first line of defense for all melanated people. And then
No, we're
in
Well,
not. No, we're not. I'm sorry.
in
No, we're not.
reality, you are.
No, we're not.
all
No,
right. I
you
mean,
think we
hold on,
are.
boo. I'm gonna let you go after him. Just land your plane, and then we're gonna open it if he's still up here. Land your plane, LB, because your 3 minutes went by. Go ahead and land your
Okay.
plane.
What do you call it? Black Americans are not indigenous to America. The reason being is this. I did some searching. 44 million black Americans live in America, and they say about 22% of that has indigenous and native DNA, right? So that 1% will come up to
Who
like
said that? You said they. Who's they?
Google.
hello,
So
Google.
8.8 million Americans, black Americans, have native ancestry. So my question is this. Is some of y'all black Africans over there cosplaying as indigenous? Because they can't all be indigenous. You know what I'm saying? Only some could be indigenous.
Okay, you are going way off of the prompt. Like you're literally just going somewhere completely else. You're time jumping and going through portals right now. The prompt literally says, "Can you have Black pride and not center Africa or claim African ancestry?" And then it says, "It's FBA a grift." You're sitting up here talking about how many single mother broken homes we have. You're sitting up here talking about we're not indigenous and like, just hold that thought. If you want to stay when the panel opens up, we can interact with other people on a. But it's just Lean. What's up, boo?
Hey, LJ, how y'all doing, everybody?
They starting off strong, girl. We just got here. How long we been up here? For 30 minutes, look, girl. It's been 30 minutes.
All right. It's all right. I was waiting for them to come in. I was just waiting.
Go ahead and give you your 3 minutes.
All right. But I'm Black American for everyone to know. All right. Can you have Black pride and not center African, or can you not center African or claim African ancestry? Okay. The reason why they have Black pride is because James Brown came over there in the 60s and told them, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. This is the reason, like, I mean, we're not going to keep going over and over with this stuff. Y'all never was calling yourselves Black. Just like Professor said, we already know this. This is not what y'all do. Y'all still come over here and still distance yourselves from that. Y'all don't do that. And I'm so glad that now the media is trying to distinct y'all too and just say, no, this is a Nigerian or Somalian or Ghanaian or however they say it. I'm sorry, I don't know how they speak it, but I mean, everyone knows what I'm speaking of. But
Ghanaian.
Yeah, okay. But I'm glad that's being specified, or if that's the word.
Specified. I got you. Go ahead.
But I'm glad that that's being told, because y'all all try to join us in together, and that's not what it is. We tried to bring you guys in. That's how you got over here, and it was all disrespect. And we all know this. So that's why it's like the Black pride thing is like, if it would be straight, if y'all respect us. You have so much disrespect towards us. It's like we have no choice but to do this. It's like y'all don't get it. It's like y'all comprehension doesn't work. That's why it's so frustrating. It's arguing with you guys, because it's like y'all don't comprehend the same way we do. It's like y'all didn't go to the same schools we did, even though y'all claim that, this, that, and the third about our schools. We still learned things. They're trying to take out of the things that we learned. When I was in school, I turned 40 on Saturday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Okay, but I'm just saying, when the stuff that I was taught in schools, they're trying to take that out now, because they know it was lies that we were being taught. So glad that I had my parents had encyclopedias in our houses. It wasn't this wasn't no internet stuff. I've read, I read things. This is not, you're coming from a different, millennials have a split. It's not, I can say a split personality, because there's different ages. Yeah, because there's different ages on stuff that they're doing. Like we millennials, we are the same, but we're different because we grew up in different eras. But 80s millennials, I'm from one of them. We grew up in all of it. We had a lot to deal with. We seen it all change. We came from the era with no internet and cable and no, and all of these things, and dial up and online, and we went through all of that. So yeah, it's a difference with that. So when y'all come over here, it's like y'all think that, this is all new to us. No, we've been through that. So y'all trying to scheme and scam, we've seen all that. It's not nothing that we don't see. We don't know. We know this. Like y'all got it taught from somebody here, or Jamaican, or somebody that knew how to do that technology stuff before they was teaching y'all tech. Before all of that tech stuff was in the, in the colleges and stuff, y'all were learning that from people on the street, in the black market and stuff like that. We know these things. We're not crazy. Like the Black American culture is the one that y'all always are worried about. And that's the reason why, because we know everything, because we here, we done it. We're the ones that, this is nothing new to us. But is FBA a grift? Of course not. Why would it be? We're not. How many of us are claiming these things and still going to work every day? We're not making money off this stuff.
Or
this is something that we
people
live. Right. Like, or scamming people. Exactly, LJ. Like, this is Come on. This is stuff that we live. This is stuff that we go through every day. This is not something that is. We can't wake up and wash our faces and it's like, oh yeah, I'm a new person today. This is not what my favorite show on HBO. Oh my gosh, Lovecraft. This is not Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
where
I
the
love
sister
that
was
show too.
You know, yes, she's not in it. We can't just wash off and say that we're YT today. And no, that's not how we do. We go to work every day. We have the same, and it's people that comes in our country and in our state. I just got cursed out the other day from an Indian woman because I work in transportation at a hospital, and she got upset because she didn't know how to read, or she was holding her badge up to try to get out of the daggone garage when it's a whole tag in front of your car. Why would you use your badge? Like, you think your badge is going to scan and you got a tag? Like, they don't read. They can't comprehend the same.
Go ahead and land, boo, so we can get to the next two people, and then I'll open it.
But I'm sorry, but okay. But I'm just saying.
It's okay. You wanted to tell us your story, girl. I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Can I have Brother Legend? Can I have your ethnicity? I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt, and then after that, we're gonna go to T Gold.
Peace. What up? Y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I'm a African American and Black American.
Do you have an immigrant background? I wish I had.
No.
Okay.
I do not.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So I heard some misinformation up here, and I just wanted to give y'all a quote from John Henry Clark. He said that because the brother that was speaking like earlier when I first came in mentioned John Henry Clark, and he said that black can tell you what you look like, but it can't tell you who you are. The proper name of a people always correlates to land, history, and culture. So land, history, and culture. When you look through history, when you read the historical text, you always find that people identify with either land, history, or culture.
I didn't say nothing like that, sir.
No, I didn't say you said that. I'm saying something else that he said, because you were trying to make it seem like, what did you say about John Henry Clark, actually, bro?
You don't even know what I said, sir. Maybe you should listen a little bit clearer. I said that Dr. John Henry Clark. I don't like to misquote people. Hold on, you asked the question. I'm gonna answer it for you, sir. Dr. John Henry Clark said that the Arabs are a bastard child of a bastard child, and a lot of Somalis identify as Arab.
Okay, I don't see what relevance that holds, but at the end of the day,
maybe you don't comprehend what relevance that holds.
When we're talking about blackness, because you also mentioned Chancellor Williams, and when you talk about Chancellor Williams, he also said that blackness is always tied to Africanness, because he said that
I don't know what you're talking
African
about,
people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you read his book, The Destruction of Black Civilization?
Yes, and he's
so then
my
why
paternal
would he write
grandfather.
a whole book
I know
about
Chancellor
black
very well.
civilization and talk about Africa the whole book?
Sir, how long were you in prison?
You said, how long was I in prison? Excuse me?
Yes, are you a Pan-Africanist, sir?
What? It's because I'm a black man you think I'm in prison?
What I look like to you?
I mean, I know you might have a little self-hatred, but I'm just coming up here to tell the truth. Because why would you say I'm in prison?
You are a Pan-Africanist or more?
Why would you say I'm in prison, bro?
I said, how long have you been in prison?
Why would you say how long have I been in prison? Why would you say that? Why would you ask me that question?
Red fish, blue fish. My swine is fine.
He can't verify nothing. He can't verify nothing. He can't talk to the points I just made.
What did I say that was wrong?
So he's gonna have to make up that I'm in prison. That is crazy, bro. But anyway,
what did I say that was wrong?
Y'all can be delusional as long as you want to
came
call
up here to
yourself
sassy prison battle, sir.
But Tariq Nasheed got a trademark for foundational Black Americans. Y'all can't
this some pocket watching.
You can't even put that on a T-shirt without his permission. Right, so that's a grift.
Yeah, he did say he was African American. So, brother, what's your name? Brother Legend, are you a Pan-African? Oh, he went on mute. Are you a Pan-African? What happened? Hello? All right, let's get to T Gold. Hello, T Gold.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's already getting
He
wild.
ran.
Yeah,
Why
it's
everybody?
already
I'm
getting wild.
sorry to interrupt you, but why does everybody come up here, talk hot money, cash money shit, and then run? Why y'all can't stick around for the open panel?
Cowards.
Yeah, coward.
But anyway,
Because they not like us. You
like,
know that, OJ.
okay, T Gold, what's going on? Let me go ahead and give you your 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I know you don't have an immigrant background. Go ahead.
Okay. So, just briefly, can you have Black Pride and not center Africa or claim African ancestry? I'll even go as higher to say that you can't possibly tie Black cultural relevance to Africa or center Africa because we have such an enriched culture that does come from the foundation and the roots. Even in their own story, they talk about how we were stripped from all of the Africanness and given this new identity. So even in their own attempt to try to center Africa, it doesn't work because their own story contradicts what they want to say. But we know truthful in reality that we have such a rich culture that has been built over the many years that we've been here through indigeneity, through the struggles and the history that we have, and not only the struggles but the intelligence and the innovation. And none of that comes from Africa. I don't care how many similarities they try to run off and, well, you eat this stuff, so we eat that stuff. And, it's all these parallels that they keep trying to come up with to mask their own insecurities. And that's what it really boils down to. The fact of the matter is they want to center themselves so they can seem less African than actually more African because they see it as a pejorative term. They see it as being derogatory. And their only true connection away from quote unquote Africanness is our American identity. So I would say for us, we need to continue to make it all about us. We're the main character here, and we're going to continue to celebrate and honor our ancestors for the work that they did here on this land and the history that they have on this land. So is FBA a grift? Absolutely not. It's denoting to a lineage the same way that any other group has a quote unquote lineage. And like I said, I find it funny how all of a sudden when we have pride and carry ourselves with dignity, now it's a grift. It's bad. Everybody else has to be a part of it. Well, when you guys go out here and raise your flags and do all this other stuff that was really divisive, because who goes to another person's land and start raising? In old times, they used to be considered a sign of WAR to
And
raise your
treason.
flag and treason. I, for one, would like to say that should be on the books, that they can't raise any other flag but the American flag. So for me, if anything, we're just showing our dignity and pride in the nation that we come from, that we are bred in, and that we are home to. So I don't want to hear about no grift just because y'all don't like the fact that it makes you feel less American. That's what the issue is.
So wait, let me ask you right quick. So you don't think that it's an attempt for them to Africanize us over them trying to Americanize themselves?
I think that, yes, they want to have ethnic erasure, but I feel like they can't do that all the way, because if they take away so much of our Americanness, it all automatically erases them out as well, or cancels them out as well, right? They sort of, like a parasite, they need a host. And if they, take away everything that we have, well, now they have to leech on to something else, right? So they sort of need us to just be weak, quote unquote, in order for them to survive. So once again, I still think that, it's all an attempt for them to feel like they're more American than not, because like I said, it's a derogatory term to them, and they don't want to admit that.
Oh, and they try to make it seem like it was their ancestors that built the United States.
All right.
I got you.
Yep.
Okay, Lacey, what's up, Lacey? We gonna keep it cute tonight. You ain't cussing people out over talking, coming off the mic 50 times.
I wasn't cussing,
Okay,
and I'm
okay,
sorry,
good.
but listen,
Go ahead.
before 2014, though, South Sudan didn't have birth certificates. That's all I was trying to say, but I didn't articulate. I apologize. The term African American is actually trademarked for certain foods and products, and even if it's in a certain font, it's trademarked as well. And that brother was Pan African. I sat and watched his videos while he was in the comments disrespecting a professor, and he actually tries to give grants to Africans or whatever.
What?
Yeah, I was looking at his page. He has a B1 thing, and he gives grants to like Africans, and I think he thinks everybody's an African though, but I don't know. It was kind of confusing. It was interesting how he couldn't say no, I wasn't in jail, but anyway.
Oh, that part too.
So I have Black Pride and I don't center Africa or African ancestry. And I find it ironic, not just the two African countries I lived in, but how Africans, especially like when I'm listening to the discord between Ghanaians and South Africans, I find it interesting how much they disrespect black skin, black people. A Ghanaian said the other day, black man can't do nothing right. We can't do nothing. We need to be recolonized.
What?
Yeah, and I got the tail end and posted it on my page, but I didn't get the beginning. But she literally was going in on a rant because now this flag man, it's a Ghanaian dude that used to follow me, but all his accounts kept getting banned. Then he starts selling flags on the streets of Ghana, and then now he became a Pan Africanist and he has like 120,000 followers. But now, since this thing happened, he goes out and he films the roads in Ghana, showing how bad they are. And I find it comical because he used to be like, "Oh my God, we're so perfect, Ghana's so perfect." Now he's out there like going against the government. He can get clink clink in Ghana. You can't do that. You can't talk about John Muhammad, and he's doing that, and he's showing the roads, and I'm waiting for him to get picked up. But so I find it interesting. Even when that helicopter went down in Ghana, they called it Black Wednesday. They associate black with negative. They bully darker skinned people and stuff like that. So it's funny that like when I saw the Africa part, how many of them put down black and black skin. And there was even a video and the guy was in like Morocco or something, and he was like, "It's just this," and he pointed to the skin. "Look how beautiful their country is," and all that. And then also I heard Professor speaking. Most people don't know that true Arabs are just Saudis. Mostly everybody else is not really an Arab, and I heard this from Lebanese people at the Lebanese festival. They're not really Arabs, they're just an admixture. So what the professor was saying is kind of true. Not You're not a Saudi. If you're not a Saudi, you're not a true Arab. But anyway, that's all. And I'm
Okay.
sorry. Because I
I
mean,
know it be getting heated sometimes up here.
yeah, but I just
It's
thought it
just a
was
lot
weird
at
that the,
once.
the dude know he didn't have a birth certificate from South Sudan, but he did admit it. But everybody was talking over him. He said, "Yeah, you're right." But then everybody was just going on, and I
It
was
was
like,
a
"Oh,
lot.
yeah." I can't
But
stand when people say stuff while it's all this talking, and you're like, "Oh man, I got him to admit it." But then we were just going, "All right,
it'd be
thanks."
hard to catch.
Yeah.
Okay, can we get KD?
What's going on, Love Jones?
What's going on? Let me go ahead and start your timer. Go ahead.
All right, so can you have Black Pride and not center Africa or claim African ancestry? Is FBA a grift? To the first question or question and a half, Black Power, Black Pride, Black culture, Black music, Black love, Black community.
Mm.
Everybody, when I said those words, who came to your mind?
Us.
You know what I'm saying? You instantly thought of Black America.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things, you don't think about anything African or even Caribbean for that matter. And this isn't to crap on them, but like we are the faces of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Africa is not the standard for blackness. Like one of the things that unfortunately our Pan African family likes to lean on is quotes from Malcolm X when he would say like you can't H8 the fruits of a tree and not H8 yourself. And the root that Malcolm was referring to, he was talking about Africa. But there are times when you can respectfully disagree with the ancestors, and I love Minister Malcolm X to life. All right, like I love Minister Malcolm X, but I disagree with him on certain things, and that's one of the things. You know what I'm saying? Like Africa is not the standard for blackness. It's like,
But why do you think that they think that?
um That's a really good question. I guess because of they've been made to believe that. So they from a so-called African American point of view, you see and have fallen for the narrative of that we all came from Africa. Not saying that none, but you believe that all of us came from Africa. So you see Africa as the hub of black people. But in African society in general, and I know Africa is a continent, not a country, but African society in general, they don't have to use black as their identifier. They don't have to center blackness. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? We've had to center blackness and empower blackness and make blackness a good thing, a sexy thing, an empowering thing. You know what I'm saying? So no, like really, when you get down to it, Black Pride ain't really got nothing to do with Africa when you really look at it. With that, I'll go ahead and land.
Okay. Nino Domino, can I have your ethnicity? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. Nino?
Black American.
Okay.
FBA.
All right. Let me.
From
Okay, go ahead.
It just seemed like to me like all the tethers is just kind of I'm not trying to say jealous, but they just on some stuff where they want to be like us, man. We created everything, and due to the fact the white tees, we created everything, and they know that. We is America, and everybody want to be like us, and I'm proud to be Black American, man. Ain't no other race in the world I would just trade or just want to be, you know what I mean? And we never did that. We accept our light skin, we accept our brown skin, and we don't pick and choose because of a dark skin. You know what I mean? It's just kind of weird, and they all act like that. Hispanics all the way down to the Africans, man. And FBA all the way. And thank you, Love Jones. Real talk. You putting in work, Queen. Keep on doing it.
Thank you.
I'm learning from you, girl. Real talk, man. Something spiritual about you.
I appreciate that.
All day, Queen. Love my FBA.
All right. He got a lot. He must be watching his favorite TV show. Okay, can I have Medusa_AF? Can I have your ethnicity? I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Hi everyone. I'm African. I'm Southern African. South Africa.
Are you in America?
Yes, I'm in New York.
Let me start your countdown. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna just speak on the basis of Black Pride and a reference. I think the guy that just spoke before saying that Africans are not the standard of Black Pride, and I fully agree with that. Because even us in Africa, we are not the standard of each other. Because in Africa, we are tribes primarily. And then we were colonized and called Black. So the first time that we were identified as Black was when colonizers came or Arabs came and identified as Black. But before they came, we were Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Xhosa, Zulu, and each of those tribes had respect for each other. Nobody was trying to be like the next tribe. Nobody was trying to mimic the next tribe. Everybody was an independent tribe. So I fully agree with the brother before me when they saying that Africa is not the standard for Black Pride, which it is true, because pride is a personal choice. You need to believe it in you, that you need to be proud about you or your ancestry or where you come from, regardless of what you identify as, regardless of where you believe you're rooted from, right? You become your own standard, because cultures are created every day. Every single thing that we call culture today was created by people before, and culture evolves. So nobody needs to hang on to Blackness and say, I am proud to be Black because of I come from these roots or whatever.
She must have got a phone call.
Sorry about that, guys. You can use your own personal experiences, your own historical experiences to create a culture of your own. So the idea that people need to leech on to each other, need to copy each other, it may be not true. You know what I'm saying? some people may be influenced. And I can make an example, like, with the brother that said, Africans want to be like Black Americans. I don't believe it's all the way true. I think assimilation can also be injected in there, and saying that because of the environment, when they arrive in the United States, that for proximity, for some form of representation, they will align themselves with Black Americans, because also maybe the Black Americans are the majority of that area, and they are there as Africans. So naturally, you feel like you need to acclimatize or to assimilate. But
So
to
in
try to
Africa, you
be,
guys have not mirrored, or you guys have not been inspired by us, or you guys have not practiced any of our cultural references on the continent. That has never happened.
no, not specifically, it has never happened in the continent. Like I said, influence. So influence goes around. Like when people are in the environment is there, that will be their focus, and that's what they assimilate to.
But outside, especially you being South African, like you guys fighting to abolish apartheid directly mirrored our civil rights movement. So to say that you are only influenced by us with because of proximity, I don't think I think that's disingenuous. Like I've literally seen videos of what you guys were doing decade by decade, and it directly mirrored what Black Americans were doing. Once you had access to media to see us, you guys were literally mirroring us. Like what we were doing in the 80s over in Africa, you were doing that in the 80s. There's a TV show with the guy that said dynamite, and y'all over there in South Africa literally mirrored that exact television show and created your own.
Big time.
Also
Big time
they
is
were also
JJ.
doing that in the Caribbeans. So I'm like, oh my God, like literally word for word, bar for bar throughout the decades, whatever we were doing, you all were mirroring it, especially once you gain access through television, print and press media. I mean, I don't think that only started to happen once you came over here, is what I'm saying. And I've seen proof with my own two eyes. But go ahead.
Trust me, I completely hear what you're saying, and I'll also explain why. So back in apartheid, right? You know how we had apartheid, and there were people that were escaping the country and becoming exiled, like they were seen as a threat in South Africa. I can make an example of Miriam Makeba. Miriam Makeba later moved to America, was exiled in America, and she got married to Stokely Carmichael, who was the leader of the Black Panther Party. Now, this was during those days in the 60s and the 70s, right? So usually when these South African exilees would leave South Africa and go overseas, they were not allowed to come back. They were not allowed to come back. They were banned from South Africa. That's why they stayed so long overseas. And while they were there, you are in that proximity of those people, right? When they were to communicate back to us as to what's happening in America, it mirrors. While you guys were going through a civil rights movement in the 60s, we were in the height of apartheid. We were not free yet. You understand? So the messages that were coming through the borders, where people were coming in and out, sneaking in and out, getting messages of independence and freedom in other countries. When you're saying that we are mirroring it, yes, we are similar, because those were the times. Those were the times whereby Black Americans were also suffering under white supremacy. They were suffering under white supremacy and finding ideas on how to liberate themselves through the civil rights movement. And then you guys got your rights in the 60s. In the 60s, we were still in apartheid. We were still in apartheid, and we could only learn from what people are bringing to us. So when you're saying like we were mirroring, yes, it's influence. It's influence. It rubs off on each other, right?
Can
and
I
like
say
This is why
something?
we're saying, not to cut you off, but this is why we're saying you should have more respect for us when you come here. See, y'all have disrespect. It's more disrespect than it is respect. So this is why we're having these annihilations, and why we're saying that we are not from Africa. We're not. So it's not a hard thing to, realize. It's just that's what we're saying. So all of these accolades and all of these things you're trying to join in with, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We are totally gone from that. This is things that we.
Can I say something real quick?
And I also
go ahead,
get on
Lacey,
the,
and then after
and I
that,
can
let her
also,
land. We're gonna get to Rai, and then we'll open the panel.
Okay.
Go
I just
ahead,
wanted to
Lacey.
say that. I just wanted to say this.
Wait, hold on, Medusa. Let Lacey chime in, because your 3 minutes are
No,
past.
I just wanted to say this. to Miss South Africa. In Ghana, they have high life music. It directly comes from Black Americans' root music. They had a Tupac guy. He walked around pretending to be Tupac. He unfortunately unalived because a Ghanaian was in control of his account, so he starved and unalived. And then they have the Bloods, which is a actual GA and G in Ghana. They're Bloods. They wrap a red bandana around their heads and they do bad things. So they directly copy like those things. You understand? They even have, I posted a video, they're walking around Ghana. It's 102 degrees Fahrenheit and they have on winter coats, baseball caps, and long baggy jeans and boots.
And let me ask you a question, Nipsey. Let me ask you a question. When Africans are doing that, walking around with Black American influence around them, is that an indication of a lack of pride in them?
When I lived in Ghana, they said it was a lack of pride because they weren't wearing their own cultural clothing, and it was on DW News how Black Americans were buying it, and then they raised the price of it. Do you know a yard of kente is $250 because Black Americans were wearing it and Ghanaians weren't really wearing it unless they had like really special events. So yeah, it was on DW News, literally in Ghana.
The reason why I specifically had to ask if Africans wearing New York branded clothing, walking around, is looking like Black Americans. Is it evidence of a lack of pride? And then you said they said yes. Now I cannot speak for the people of Ghana. I've never been to Ghana. I don't know what really goes on in Ghana. I can only speak about where I am centered and where I'm from. And where I'm from, typically those things, yes, it will happen where people will dress like Americans, speak like Americans, but then there is a whole group, a majority group of South Africans who are very ethnically proud of themselves. So much so that we still dress at our weddings, at our graduations. We still dress in our African attires. Some attires involve animal skins because that was what was available before colonialism, because colonialism is very, very new. Colonialism is only from the 1800s. It's very, very new. But prior to that, there was trade as well. Depending on which region
we can't go down a history of South Africa. I have to get to the next people on the panel. You can stick around if you'd like to join the open panel.
Of course.
Okay, Rai, can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Yes, I identify as a Aboriginal American or American Indian.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, can you have Black pride and not center Africa or claim African ancestry? Let's see. Yes, because for one, like someone spoke on earlier, basically being Black is something that was, basically put on us by the US corporation, and we made it our own thing. We made it our own culture, basically. So it only applies to people from the 50 states, America, that are quote unquote Black, correct? So being Black or Black pride has nothing to do with Africa whatsoever. Also, you as far as I didn't see or claim African ancestry. You have Black pride and that's in Africa. And also, I don't know if anyone on the panel is familiar, but there was a reclassification that was done of a certain group of people. I'm not gonna go into that because I don't even have time to. But they were reclassified as Negro, then so on and so forth, and now Black. So yes, you don't have to claim that either. Have African ancestry to be considered Black because it has nothing to do with that continent. Period. So yes, you can have Black pride and not center Africa or claim African ancestry.
Okay.
But that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna open the panel. You all have don't monologue. Try to keep it 60 seconds or less if you want to chime in. No over talking, no inflammatory language. I don't want to get any restrictions. So go ahead.
Okay, Professor, I just wanted to let you know that all of that was just, animosity. You know how they do. But okay.
Yeah,
But
I don't ever take it
um,
personally.
yeah, we
They
don't at
obsessed
all.
with me, right?
But we're not grifters, and that's what makes them mad. So it's not, like they cannot assimilate anything to correlate with us. There's nothing that we have in common other than our skin colors, and our skin colors are all different colors. So for them to come over and they have distinctive looks, and they always try to say we don't look like them, we look like them, and then you have a few that does, and that's because they're probably breeded in with someone that's American or Black American, and that's how it works. But other than that, it's like, we, we are ourselves, and it's so hard for them to just let us be, and that's what's making me so upset. That's the only reason why I keep coming up on LJ's panel, is because they make me so upset that we are ourselves. Like, why can't we just be Black American? Why can't we just be ourselves? Like, why is it just so hard for y'all to just respect that and say, yes, you are that, and respect what we came and gave y'all to the culture? Because y'all wouldn't have Black American music, y'all wouldn't have Black American dances, y'all wouldn't have Black American TikToks, y'all wouldn't have, like all of these things that we contribute, and it's like we're not. It's just horrible, and that's all I'm gonna have to say. That's all. I'm gonna just mute. That's all I wanted to say. But it's just a lot, and it's just overwhelming.
Yeah, I would say that we don't even, and you kind of alluded to this, sister, but we don't even look alike. Our tones, I lived in West Africa, and our undertones are different. Black Americans who are dark skinned kind of got a reddish undertone, um, and even lighter skinned Black Americans generally. I'm being general, but we don't even look alike. Our hair is not the same. I've dated many women who got their hair braided from the Africans and almost tore their scalp out because the Africans' hair is a different pattern than us. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100% Black American. And if I took this rubber band off my hair, it'd be in my face. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us got different types of hair, different facial features. We're a different amalgamation because we are a different group. They need for us to identify with them because Africans are, I'm gonna be specific. West Africans have a grift on us. Did y'all see that Ghana, the Vatican recently apologized, gave a shallow apology for the slave trade, and Ghana accepted the apology. Why? Because they're grifters. Like Ghana makes so much money off the slave trade in their museums. Last time I was in Ghana, I went to Elmina Castle and they charged me twice. Now they said I'm from Ghana, I wasn't, but I'm not from there because according to Columbia University, the slaves that came to America didn't even come from West Africa. That's Columbia. Columbia said they came from Madagascar, which ain't nowhere near West Africa, but that's another point. But last time I was in Ghana, they charged me to go to the Elmina Castle, and they charged me twice because I had a camera with my university. So they're into grifting, and we're a big part of their grift.
You tried to get my pressure up by saying Ghana, didn't you? You tried to get me all the stroke out. Not only did they accept the apology, they're erasing their apology that Akufo-Addo gave, which is why the NPP, his government, is arguing with the NDC government. Like, they apologized, several chiefs apologized. Do you know they're trying to erase those apologies?
Wow.
Wait, Professor Alam, before we move forward, you said they said I was from there, and people in the comments are saying I knew it. So they're probably gonna try to clip this and say, "Oh, he's really Ghanaian." Do you want to respond to that?
They said, no, I'm not Ghanaian. I'm indigenous and whitey. Actually, I'm mixed with European. But the context of them saying that they said that I should have said we, the professors and physicians that I went with, they said they told us we were sold from not Elmina, from Cape Coast. So Elmina Castle sold slaves to the Caribbean and to South America. But what I meant by that is they tried to say, you came from here, brother, welcome home. And right. But Columbia University teaches me differently. It teaches me that the very few, and when I say very few, ladies and gentlemen, according to Columbia University in 1680, 40 slaves came to the New England colonies from Madagascar, from Africa, and only 4 out of that 40 made it to Massachusetts. So I have a greater chance of winning the lottery than having African ancestry.
Oh, not
Most
winning
of
the lottery.
yes,
Well, I'm
do
I'm
the
glad
odds.
someone is touching on. They basically
Oh,
conflated the number of Africans that came over here during pre-colonial and right in the beginning of colonial times, anyways. But nobody
Right,
speaks on that. Nobody talks
right,
about it.
it's
I,
true.
right.
Okay, give
Where
me
can I
two
just one
seconds.
sentence?
Everybody, hold up. Everybody up here, double tap the screen. Let's get this live stream to 50K likes. We should have been there by now. Also, let me update this right quick. Make sure that you guys add to the gift goal that is pinned at the top. I am C League now. I guess we going up as far as I don't really understand what the hell it means, but I think like I see like a gift gallery up here now if you want to add to that. Send your heart means follow me if you're not already following me, and follow anybody on this panel if you've enjoyed their input to tonight's conversation. I have 2 new people, and then I'm gonna open the panel back up. Okay, Phil, can I have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. Phil, I sent you an invite to unmute. Thank you, beautiful. Sent you an invite to unmute your mic. You probably don't know what the hell to do. Phil,
Can you hear
hello?
me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can
Can I
you hear
have your
me?
ethnicity? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Uh, I'm a American Indian, and I want all my land back.
Okay, let me give you your 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Um, I don't know how I got up here. I apologize. I
Oh,
was
you didn't
just
mean
running
to?
the
Oh,
street.
it's okay.
I can't even see
I'll
that
drop you
little
down.
writing.
Oh, no, this one says,
Yeah.
can you have Black Pride and not center
All right. Thank
Africa
you.
or claim African ancestry? All right, Phil. Have a good day. Safe travels,
They
Phil.
used to shoot missiles at us. Did they? Thank you.
Are you all right? I'm just gonna drop you. It's too much going on. It's okay. Kahlo, 10,000. Can I have your ethnicity? Hey, Eve. Kahlo?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, it sounds like you under the sea with the Little Mermaid.
Can you hear me?
You sound kind of muffled. I don't know. Is it headphones?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better. Can we have your ethnicity? And then I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
Oh yeah. I'm from the great continent of Africa,
Which country?
Zimbabwe.
Are you in America?
Oh yeah, Texas, Dallas.
All right, go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
I will start with the prompt. Can you have Black Pride and not center Africa or claim African ancestry? I mean, yeah, but the world knows who. The world knows the word black, who it is connected to. And of course, you can have Black Pride. You don't have to center Africa. I mean, nobody's forcing
Wait, so
you.
who is Black connected to? You said the world knows who Black is connected to. Who is that?
It's connected to Africa. If you ask anybody in the world, Black is connected to Africa.
So when you were back home in Zimbabwe, they called you Black?
I mean, they didn't call me Black. We know we
Okay,
are
full
Black,
stop.
so they don't need to
Full
call
stop. They
ourselves
didn't
Black.
call you Black in Zimbabwe. So why would you say the world would recognize that if you say Black, they know who to no, when you hear Black, you think of Black Americans, not Zimbabweans. Is that how you say it? Is Zimbabwean? I don't know.
Because if you look at around throughout history, everybody's
Girl, shut up. You shut up,
black was
bitch. I don't like you. Fuck you.
black was Africa, starting from the Greeks all the way to the Arabs, all the way to the Indians that Christopher Columbus made. And hold on,
No,
let me
I'm gonna
He
have to
finish.
don't know
stop you
what he
right
talking
No, no,
there.
no,
about.
you don't have to stop
Yeah,
me.
You talking about
let
the
him land,
Let me
Professor
Indians?
Alon.
finish.
Let him land. Go ahead. And then we could chime
How you a
in.
professor and you cutting me off?
Don't start. Just finish
All
with
the
your.
way,
You still got a minute. Go ahead.
yeah, all the way to Mansa Musa when he went to the Americas, and he was not the only one. All the way to India, including now. Like I say, if you ask anybody, they know black is Africa. Sudan.
No. Anybody
Sudan
does not
itself
know
means,
that. You
what you
guys have
mean no?
always identified by
I
your
mean,
nationality
if
and your tribe. Go ahead,
maybe,
land.
maybe,
Lady. Who
I
you talking
mean,
to, sis?
nationality by tribe, it doesn't mean anything. Like I told you, we know we are black. So there's no need to call ourselves black.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
You don't
saying? It's
call
like,
yourselves black. You're contradicting yourself. You keep saying we know we're black, so there's no need to call
I'm not,
ourselves
how am I
black.
contradicting
Because
myself?
you never identified
The
as
word Africa
black
is
until
black.
you never identified as that until you got to the United States of America.
He
Who
said the
told you
word
that?
Africa means
And
black.
where did you get that from?
You just said it yourself. You literally you all say that. But you literally just said it
Look,
yourself. You literally just said I said were you called black when you were in Zimbabwe? You said no. You said no. You
I
said
said
no
no
3 different
because we are no,
times.
we know we are,
It doesn't matter
yeah, I say it
why. You
again, no,
still
because
said
we know we are
no.
black already.
But you still said no. It doesn't matter why. I
Yes,
didn't
no,
ask you
because we
why.
know we are, look,
I
hold
didn't
on, let
ask
me
you why. I
finish.
just said what
The
were you
reason you
identified
guys
as? Go ahead and land.
were
You
identified by
gotta
our
think. Go ahead.
nation, yeah, I mean, damn, we identify by our nation or our tribe. We don't have to identify as black people because we know we are black. The reason in America you guys say black because it's like a thousand community in here. So for you to know who specifically you is, that's why you put up that black all the time. I do not have to put up that.
Black don't mean African, sir, because that's apparently what you think it means.
It
And
does
I'm
mean
sorry to
Africa.
interrupt, but
No,
it
If
doesn't
we
mean African.
Hold
if
on,
we ask
No,
Rara.
the
and
world,
it
what are
never
they
did.
gonna say?
Hollow. All right.
If
You
we
had your
ask the
3
world, what are
minutes.
they gonna say?
You had your 3 minutes. Is that all you wanted to say? You just wanted to say that black means African?
But hello,
You just wanted to say black
No,
means
that and
African.
more.
What?
No.
hello. Let's be honest.
Okay. Hold
We
on,
are
Medusa.
neighbors.
Let Professor Alon go and then you could go after him.
yeah, a couple things.
One at a time. One at a time.
This gentleman
Excuse you.
is
This is
come.
not your panel. We know how. Don't you ever think you running this. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's not in a position, Love Jones, to give anybody advice. The gentleman is completely confused and remixed. He said he's from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe used to be what was the name of that place? Uh, Rhodesia. The Europeans smacked and rubbed him down and remixed him so good that he don't even know who he is. Furthermore, Africa don't
What
mean
does
black.
that have to do with black?
Africa, what does Africa have to do with black? Africa is a European word, sir. A European
No, Africa is
colonized
not
you
a
named
European
Scipio
word.
Africanus.
Africa is not a
It
European
don't
word.
mean black. It's Scipio Africanus, a Roman
You don't.
general. You don't even know your own history, sir.
First
So
of
how
all,
are you
the
going to
word
tell me mine?
Africa, it was a woman
None of
that
them
Somebody
know
tell
brought
their
me
it.
I'm
history.
lying.
You are lying because the word Africa, they got it
Okay,
from the
look up
woman who lived.
Scipio Africanus, people.
No, I don't have to look up anything
We
because
all
I
we all
know.
know that Africa used to be called Al Kabulon or however you pronounce that.
Yes, it
Sir,
did.
sir,
Call it Skull Island. That's what I call it.
Where
did
do you
Europe
get your
did
information from?
sir various places? Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, who's part African, sir, PhD, Cambridge. Is that okay for you?
I know
I mean,
Dr. Ben, and he never said he came from a
where are
man.
you getting your ignorance from? That's what I want to know.
How can you call me ignorance when I'm from that side?
No,
I'm stating a
hello,
material fact based
hello.
off your actions, sir. I don't know you, nor do I care to know you.
First of all, clearly you have no idea where the word Africa come from. It came from a woman in the what is now called
A white tea
Morocco.
woman. A white tea
It
woman.
was a black woman. Why are you
Even
trying
the
to take
nickname, the
from
Dark
Africa?
Continent, came from white tea people because they said that they had not explored the
Where
entire
is you getting
African
this from?
continent.
Yeah,
So
So
they
they
y'all
named it
nicknamed
after
it
know,
the Dark
Scipio
Continent.
Africanus, a
and
a
also
Roman general.
y'all
Where is
people
you
really came from the
clearly
Middle East.
clearly
Y'all
that you
migrated there.
Can
Y'all not even
the
original
South
to that
African wanted to
land.
say something to Kalo, the
Carlo,
Yeah,
Kenyan?
go ahead,
I
Medusa.
just want to correct something because Zimbabwe and South Africa, we are neighbors, and let's be honest, we
yeah.
were colonized, right, by the same powers.
No,
And then
you are
the white
colonized.
people,
We are
no,
not.
listen to me. Listen, all of Africa was colonized except for you and Jordan. Hang on, please.
Actually, the whole world. You cannot just put
Hang
Africa
on.
on blank like
We are
that.
just talking, okay, in this platform, they are centering blackness, like the conversations around black, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just keep it there.
Okay.
We were colonized by the British and then the Dutch, right? And during our apartheid, you guys were also going through apartheid, a form of apartheid. And the systems that were governing us in South Africa that were separated and segregational, we were called black. We were called black. In Zimbabwe, you are called black. In South Africa, you are called black. We are black people, okay? But in us being black, right, there's ethnicity involved, there's nationality involved, and there's race involved, right? Coming from Africa does not make you black. Being
Yes, it
black means
does.
you're just black.
No,
Listen
it
to me.
doesn't.
It does not.
Listen to me. Listen. Coming from
The
Africa
people who were
doesn't make you
reclassified
black,
as
Hold
black
on,
right?
are
Rod.
telling you
Let her
what it
If you
land.
means.
look,
Let her
You
land,
need
and
to
then you can
if
go
listen.
after her.
I will make an example. I will make an example of
Let me give you
Ethiopians.
60 seconds, girl, to land.
Appreciate you, Queen. Ethiopians in that one country, they all look so different. Some of them are Nilotic, some of them are Americ, right? However, when it comes
America
to race,
is not
Hold on,
wait a
Carlo.
minute,
Let her
please,
land. Wasn't you saying one at
please,
a time?
wait a minute, okay? What I'm trying to correct here is you thinking that people are black based on where they go. You are black because you're black,
I
right? Whether
didn't
you
say
call
based
yourself
on where
black,
they go.
no. Listen, you are saying that you are not black because you already know that you're black. Duh, you are black. You are black in Zimbabwe. You are called black in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
We are called black in South Africa. Black everywhere.
No, that
Whenever
is
white
not
people come,
true. You
we are
are not
black.
called black in Zimbabwe. Maybe in
But
South
sister, that's what
Africa.
I'm
Listen,
saying.
what I'm
What are
saying
you
is that,
No,
arguing?
listen,
no.
when we were colonized by white people
I'm
and they
saying
made up
only,
rules,
hold on, only
they
maybe
called
in
us
South
black.
Africa because you
But
guys
I'm
had
saying the same thing you
a
are
They had the
saying.
same
racial
thing in
caste
Zimbabwe.
system.
They
The
had the
same
same thing
thing
in
is
Zimbabwe.
not, he said it himself that he was not called black
But
in Zimbabwe. You all in South
Correct
Africa
them.
have a
okay,
unique history as opposed to the rest of the African countries because you had apartheid. So you have coloreds, you have black South Africans, and you have the Afrikaners. So it's a little
Yes.
different with South Africa versus other countries. But hold that thought. The name Africa originates from the ancient Roman name for the region corresponding to modern day Tunisia. So Africa is an ancient Roman word.
Didn't I said that it was a
look, let me tell you where the name
hey,
Africa
It's
come
funny.
from.
Wild
The
African, calm
word
down for a moment.
the word Africa, it came from a
Calm down,
woman.
Wild
It was
African.
a black woman.
It was
Hey,
not a
When
Tethers,
they
black
calm
woman.
hold,
It
down.
was
let
a
me
Roman.
Wasn't
let me
black.
speak. Let me speak.
Oh boy.
During
No,
that
no, no.
time,
You're
what? How?
interrupting. You're interrupting me, sir. I didn't interrupt you.
Okay,
And
speak. Go ahead.
what I don't need your permission to speak, sir. What I'm
I
telling
mean,
the
you don't have
panel,
to be rude. We are
You just
what I'm
discussing.
telling the
you
panel, what I'm telling the panel is, like I said before, like our sister Love Jones just said, there was a Roman general named, I may be mispronouncing his first name, I think it's Scipio Africanus, and he conquered a part of Africa, and that term took a shape, and people just start calling it Africa. So everything about what he knows about himself comes from the context of a YT. He's confused. He's in Rhodesia right now talking about he from Zimbabwe. He don't know what's going on.
So I think the confusion here is how you are unable to separate race, ethnicity, and nationality. Okay?
we know, but I think
No,
the
I'm
You
talking.
have
I'm
confusion
no
is
directing
idea
to
what
Carlo. I'm
oh,
saying to
but I
Carlo.
think the confusion with a lot of other
South
people outside of
Africans.
us.
South Africans have a low
Yo, when I'm
self-esteem.
talking, you
You are
gotta be
How do we
confusing
have
quiet,
low?
bro.
yourself.
Y'all about to get dropped. I don't play this. I'm gonna get to cussing you out. And then you're gonna say, you're rude. You have some decorum. Stop being tacky. At the end of the day, you all don't recognize Black American as an ethnic marker. And that's all where all of the discourse comes into play. But if I got up here and said I was a Native American, when Native literally means that you are from a landmass. So technically, we are all Native Americans that don't have an immigrant background. You respect it 1,000% as an ethnic group. And then you get the running around calling people pretendians for saying I'm a Native American. That's just like saying I'm a Native New Yorker. I'm a Native Bostonian. But when we say we are Black Americans, somehow y'all become dumb, deaf, blind, and mute, and y'all can't compute that that is also looked at as an ethnic marker. But you respect the term Native American, though. You respect Native American, but Black American, for some reason, everybody and their mother is a Black American when they come over here and they get a motherfucking funky ass green card. You all do not identify with the term Black in the same way that we do over here. Even if in your country it is just a caste system or whatever the case may be, you are more keen to going by your nationality and your tribe. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why in 2026 y'all are trying to Jedi mind trick us and do another root work spell to make it seem like you all have not always been doing this. I'm so confused. Like, is it because the ice cream truck is coming around? Like, what's going on? Because you all, like, even just 5 years ago, you would be like, I'm not Black. I'm Tutu or hootie
Say
hoo.
that. You better
Like, come
say that,
on.
sister. You better
Maybe
say that.
South
Getting to a
Africans are the
point.
one who says
Oh,
that,
no, you
but
gotta wait
we
because we have a
Africans,
new
we are.
person on. This is not your show. We gotta let level up. Hello, we gotta let you go. I'm sorry for making you wait, boo. Can I have your
Hey,
ethnicity? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to
yes.
speak on the prompt.
Yes, sister. I am an indigenous American on both sides of my family. My on my grandmother's side, we are from the Caribbeans. We're Jamaican. On my grandfather's side, we are mainland Indians. Unfortunately, I don't know which tribe I came from, but I'm doing my work to find that out. You understand? Now, to respond to what Carlos said, hey brother, y'all definitely delineate from us. It's only been recently that y'all try to claim to be Black. Anytime in the past, whenever somebody try to come up to you, oh, are you Black? No, I'm not Black, I'm African. And you are proud to say what country you came from. Why all of a sudden you don't, I've been to so many lives and so many Africans are hesitant in saying which country they come from. Please tell me, why do you not have pride in what country you come from? Why do you try to connect to us over here on this land
No,
so
we do
hard?
not.
Yes, you do.
No, maybe
Yes,
from South
you do.
Africa, yeah, but not the rest
No,
of
no, no, no,
Africa.
no, 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 no.
Obsessing,
It's just
Carlo.
not South
You're
Africans.
obsessing. You're getting obsessed.
Hold
Stop.
on, guys. She's on a timer. She has 2 minutes to speak. Go ahead.
It's just not South Africans. Now, as far as nationality, ethnicity, and race, yes. As far as race, because of the pigment of our skin, we are all Black. But you all know in the deepest parts of your hearts that you do not have a connection to the word or the title Black. Whenever we go out and travel outside of the continent, and we say we are Black, the first thing that they think of is America, not Africa. Be so for real. I'll land my plane. Thank you, sister.
Okay.
Ask her a question.
Wait, no. T Gold wanted to chime in, and then after
Oh,
T
she
Gold,
ran away.
she left. But T Gold, go ahead, and then after you, I believe you either Jamaican. Yeah, I don't know. She said she was indigenous Jamaican. I don't really understand. T Gold, go ahead.
Yeah, and I just wanted to further the conversation when they try to refer to themselves as Black by giving sort of the opposite position as far as when we talk about whites. Over in Europe, I've been to Europe many times, many countries. They don't refer to themselves as white, right? So we understand that that is an American terminology that was derived here in the West to define Black and white, right? So if they themselves have this concept of, okay, these people are considered quote unquote white American, but as a European, we don't define ourselves as white American or as white, then obviously in Africa, you guys do not have that terminology as Black as well. And then also, even back in the 1920s, it goes even beyond that, right? When the Italians and many European foreigners came over here, they didn't even get the title of being white until they had some kind of checking or code checking that they had to go through. So Obviously, we already know the game that you guys were never classified in the same way for black, and you don't hold any real weight with that title of being black.
Can I add? Um, so I'm just gonna go back to the classifications of black. They are all different depending on where you are. I'm from South Africa, and unfortunately, we didn't get the privilege to not identify as black. There is a book by Steve Biko about black consciousness, where he says that the most powerful tool of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. And that centered him wanting ourselves as Black South Africans to decolonize ourselves from the racial inferiority that we have towards white people. So we never had the privilege to not say that we are not Black. We were always labeled as Black and we were always seen as Black. And as a result, it doesn't matter where I am, whether I'm in South Africa, in America, Europe, Asia, I am going to be Black there because that is how it is. So for another African to say that they are not Black, they are, their ethnicity or their nation, those are different things. Race, ethnicity, and nationality are three different things.
Well, that's what I wanted to chime in on that because your understanding of race, ethnicity, and nationality, it's different in different countries. In the United States, our quote unquote race is interchangeable with our ethnicity. Black American is not a race, it's an ethnic group. So it's our tribe if we're going to speak in your language. And this to me is the confusion that you all have because to your point, in South Africa, you all have the racial construct, you have the tribal construct, and you have a nationality, right? All three distinct different names, right? For Black Americans, a Black American is our ethnic name, and it could also be arguably a racial category, right? So it's interchangeable here. So when we're talking about Blackness here, it is our tribal name. It's not the racial name. And you all try to migrate in and out of the racial category when in this country, there's only one Black people here and have always been here. So that's what we mean. Like we're literally talking about tribal. So when I say Black pride, that is tribal pride for us.
Yeah.
Like hand down. So it's into the prompt. It doesn't center Africa because our ethnic group is not native to Africa. Black American is native to America. It's literally in the name.
How
Of
can
course.
the
So
black
this
pride
is
be your
so so
tribal
so
pride?
this is why I started when I first chimed in and when the prompt says can you have Black pride and not center Africa, and the very first thing I said you don't have to be African to be Black.
Yeah, I
You
agree
don't have
with
to be
that because you
African to be
have
Black.
the North Africans. They would arguably not Moroccans wouldn't necessarily classify
Moroccans,
themselves
Amharic
as Black.
in Ethiopia.
Right,
Right.
correct.
However,
Ethiopian.
yes. However, when it comes to, like I was making an example for myself, I cannot speak for the other Africans because they also have their own unique history and things that they go by in their countries. But as for me,
They
the South
go by
African,
black, you know that.
can you be quiet, please? Because I never denied that. You did. But when it comes to our history in South Africa, being Black was attached to every single thing that we did, where we worked, where we lived, like the same segregation system of Jim Crow that you guys had in America. We had that for 50 years in South Africa until 1994. So I understand when you're saying that in America, your Blackness is your identity, it's your tribe. It's true. And that doesn't have to do anything with being African, because when I said the culture changes and shifts all the time and it's always created. And your pride is your choice. You choose who you identify as. You choose who you want to be. Nobody is in control of anybody. And I also made an example about us in Africa that, there are Hausa, Igbos, Maasai, Zulus, etc. None of those people are competing with who's the better African. Everybody is respected. We just keep our peace. We don't look at each other and compare as to I'm better than an Igbo, or a Zulu is better than a Xhosa, or that America is better than a Nilot.
Well,
I
okay, this is
disagree. I
kind of
disagree with that because a lot of tribes think they're better than each other. And I know Professor wanted to say something, but real quick,
no. Go
Cambodia
ahead, Lacey.
told all Africans to get out the country by the end of this month. And then Africans are going around saying Cambodians told black people to get. They told Africans to get out of Cambodia by
But
May
Africans are
31st.
black people, though.
And no, they're
Hey,
not.
hold on 1 second, boy.
What?
Go ahead, Lacey.
Wait, I want to hear, because what do y'all, like, honestly, do y'all consider, so it's like if you're saying black people are just automatically synonymous with Africans, are we African? Like, y'all are basically just saying black Americans are just like 100% African, but then y'all will get up here and make jokes about us having
Absolutely not.
European ancestry. Y'all get up here and make jokes about us not knowing where we're from. Like, which one is it?
So Black Americans have a very unique history. That history is owned by you. Nobody is in charge of dictating your history to you. You have to be proud of who you are, and that should not be influenced by anything other than what you believe in.
You don't hear a
I don't
billionaire.
think it's doing. I
The
don't think
guy
it's
at the
doing us a
bottom is
service.
saying something
Hang on.
totally different.
I
He's
would
But
saying
okay,
that
hold
it
on.
belongs to
I
Africa
would be
when
curious
it
to
doesn't.
know.
I mean,
I
if
would
you
be
look at
curious. Hey, hold
throughout
on 1 second,
history,
Taylor. One
black
moment.
has been
One moment, Wild
associated with
African. Wild
Africa.
African, calm down. I
No,
would be
don't call me
curious
that
to
one.
know
Respect
what
me
date.
as I'm respecting you.
I'm telling you to calm down because you are wild, sir. Look up the word wild. You're acting wild. I'm stating a
You don't
material
want to go
fact,
that
sir.
side.
You're
You don't
You're
being
want to go
not
that
disruptive.
side.
tame. Calm down. Like I was saying before I so rudely interrupted, I would like to know if somebody's by a computer, what date South Africans start calling themselves black. Because if I had to guess, I'm thinking that the South African government started labeling them as black after our civil rights movement. I'm not sure about that. But we're getting all off topic. The topic is, can you have black pride and not center Africa? The point, the premise being that we're the only group of people in the world that are black American. That's our ethnic identifier, and a lot of groups are trying to tether on to that to get our resources. That's the point, and it's getting lost in the sauce with South Africa. But Medusa, you just gave me some research because I want to know
Yeah.
when the South African. Do you know when did the South
Yes.
African government start labeling y'all as
Yes.
black, colored, and
Yeah. Colonialism. It all goes back to colonialism.
It's
I don't know if
1950.
that's true.
It
What's
says
that?
1950, Professor.
Bam, there it is.
South
So
Africans became legally labeled and categorized by race in the 1950 Population Registration Act, the cornerstone of the apartheid system. Codified the population into rigid racial systems: white, colored, mixed race, Asian, Indian, Pakistani, and native black.
So they got it from us.
So the
So we're
1950,
documentation
yeah.
of
the
that.
yep,
So the
we're the
document.
original black people.
All right.
Yeah.
So the documentation of that
Did you
dates
just say
into
you are the
the
original black
50s.
people?
Can you
That's
hold
exactly
on,
what I
please?
just
It's
said.
from
Can you
it's
wait?
from Britannica. It's from the Encyclopedia Britannica, that definition, ma'am.
Please hold on. So when you have that documented beginning in the 1950s, documented how we were treated and how we were addressed. I even know this because I would listen to the stories from my grandfathers, my great-grand people that were in apartheid, like literally born and raised in apartheid.
Ma'am, I'm not
So
trying to. I'm kind of getting frustrated with you taking the topic out into space. We're in our world. We don't deal with oral histories. Black Americans deal with facts and scholarships.
I understand, and I'm getting to that as well, right? So in Africa, our history is passed down orally.
That's
right?
not reliable.
Okay, so yeah, so it's not reliable because a white person did not document it. Until a
No,
white person
it is
That's not true. It's
documents
reliable.
not reliable
it
because it's
becomes
not
reliable.
reliable.
It is reliable.
It's
What
reliable
Not
because
what
reliable
makes you
According to your
because
think
it's
it's
not
government
not?
reliable.
page,
like
it said
What?
classification stopped in 1991. According to the South Africa
So
National Archives page, until 1991,
let me
South
ask
Africa law divided
let me
population to
a
four major racial
billionaire
groups.
doesn't
let me
go
ask
around calling
let me
himself
ask
a billionaire.
let me
Everybody
ask a
knows he's
question
a
to the panel.
billionaire.
I don't
Let me
know
ask
what
a
you're talking
question.
about, Kalo.
Doesn't
Let me
make
You
ask a
don't
sense,
even
question.
No,
Kalo.
you
I
know
don't
what
know
I'm
what's in
talking
your bank
about.
account, Kalo. That doesn't make sense.
You don't know
A
Please
what
get
you're talking
billionaire
about.
pick a
doesn't
better
go
one.
around
No,
calling
Kalo,
himself
stop.
a
Please, you're
billionaire.
embarrassing yourself, sweetie.
He
Please
knows
don't
he's a
embarrass yourself.
Let me ask
billionaire.
a
He's a
question.
wild African.
I'm blushing for
let
you.
me
You're embarrassing yourself.
I mean, you
I don't
and
know
I, we
what's in
can
your
tell
wallet,
who is
your bag,
wild.
or between your legs. Quiet,
let me
Kalo.
just
This
ask
is
a
what
question.
wild
Kalo.
people do. They
Let me
can't
just ask a
control
question to
themselves.
the panel.
It's
So
probably
let me
that
just
drug
ask a
that you
question.
take.
Kaume Kwalo, can stop. Kaume. Hey sis, I just wanna ask.
Wait,
Do you
what you call me?
believe you unvile?
You
You
have a
heard
low
exactly what I said.
self-esteem. That's why they keep looking down on
You heard
you.
exactly what I said.
That's why they
Unvile. You
keep
know my
looking down
language.
on you. You
You
have a
know
low self-esteem.
everybody's looking down on you right now.
Yeah, South
Anyway,
Africa
They
more
can never
popular
look
than you
down on
I just
anyway.
wanna
Africa.
ask.
Africa number one.
I just wanna ask.
You're joking.
I just wanna ask. So to Professor, do you believe that indigenous knowledge is as relevant as documented information? When you meet
I
an
believe.
indigenous person, like when you go to, let's say you go
No,
to
I hear you.
a
I hear
country
you,
or a
and
place and you come across
no, I believe.
indigenous people.
I hear you. I hear you. Hear me out. I hear what you're asking, and what I'm telling you is, as far as scholarship and reliability is concerned, it needs to be written down. Oral history gets diluted, remixed. There's a game I used to play when I was in college. We sit around with a bottle of wine. What's it called? Radio or telephone? Where you
Telephone.
tell a story and
Medusa,
somebody
you
hear.
can kiss
So let
ass
me
all
let
you
me
want.
Hey,
let
They
me
won't
tell you
love
and
something.
I'm
you.
gonna suggest you get kicked off this panel if you can't control yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
I mean, you're not
I'm
letting
So
talking
me
to
the
you.
speak,
reason,
though.
the reason why I
Please
asked
let me speak.
about indigenous knowledge, is because if you, I don't know if you're familiar with the trend. I'm sorry, not a trend, but something that happened recently regarding the Lion King. And I know that it may not be as relevant to this topic, but I'm going to lend as to where
The
as to
Lion
where I'm
King.
going.
What did I walk in?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what they're talking about.
So there was a comedian that was being sued because he interpreted the meaning of the song Nanzinge Nyama Ingwe Namabala, right? The direct translation to that song in English means, look, here's a lion, like here is a lion, for real. However, the indigenous meaning of that is, here comes the king. So if I say to you that Nanzingwe Nyama Ingwe Namabala, Nanzingwe Nyama Ingwe Namabala, will you believe me when I say that that song is not about a lion? That song is about a king.
Ma'am, that's a stretch, and I'm gonna
No,
shut it
but I'm
down.
just asking. Like I'm just
Hold
asking.
on,
Like when it
I'm gonna
comes to
shut
Medusa,
it down right
stop.
here.
indigenous and
I'm gonna
indigenous
shut it down
knowledge,
right here. In scholarship, we
South
have
Africans,
primary
nah.
sources.
can you please
Can
stop?
we drop that wild African? Um, in scholarship, and I'm a licensed historian in various states. Um, you have primary sources and secondary sources, and we go to primary sources as reliable, and you have to record primary sources. You have to write them down. We can use a video as a primary source. Why? Because oral history is not reliable, even in a court of law. It's not reliable. So what you're trying to do, ma'am, is conflate oral history and what ancestors, indigenous ancestors, told you through a story with what's written down. And furthermore, in conclusion, that's off topic, because what my sister Lacey just looked up is Britannica, which is written down. That's a primary source. It says that black in South Africa was implemented after we implemented it. So I'm under the impression that South Africa got it from us, which proves the point that black is our ethnic identifier. No disrespect, but South
But let me
Africa
ask
kind of
you. But
hold
let
on,
me
don't
ask.
interrupt me. Hold on. South Africa tethered off of us, because it makes sense to me, because y'all tethered, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just don't know another word. Y'all tethered off of our civil rights movement. So South Africa was trying to follow around America. That's what that's about.
So
Black
this is
belongs to
what.
us, man.
Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to understand. Before 1950, when that was documented and implemented, do you really believe that white people were not calling us black before 1950?
I don't care, because I know I go off
But do
primary
you
sources.
really think, because white
It
people
don't
came to
matter
South
what I
Africa?
believe.
Listen,
Ma'am,
white people
that's the
came to
problem.
South
Ma'am,
Africa.
I love this because that's the problem with Africa is y'all go
Li-
off all these
All about
beliefs.
white
No, but then like
people.
honestly,
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
trying to
belief.
ask.
Everything is a
No,
belief. In
I'm just trying to
America,
ask.
ma'am, we deal with facts. And the
Yeah,
fact of the
but
matter is
I'm
Lacey just
really trying to ask something
hold
that
on. We're gonna
just
deal with facts. And what Lacey just said, according to Britannica, factually, black was created in South Africa after we created it in
and
America.
before
That's a
then, what
fact.
were
That's
white
not a
people calling
belief.
us? Before 1950, what were white people calling
But
us?
I don't know,
Medusa,
don't care.
Medusa,
They were
you
calling us
also
black.
said something that was confusing. The lion is the king. So you said, remember, I told you this. If I were to tell you the song was about the king, the lion is called the king of the jungle. So the lion is a king. So the song is about the lion because the lion
So
is a
I'm gonna
king.
correct you. I'm gonna
Hold
correct
All
you.
right,
on,
The
hold on.
we
lion.
got new people on the panel.
Hold
I
on.
can't. This ain't your show, girl. I can't keep talking
Can I
about
say
the
one
lion.
thing,
And
Love Drum?
go ahead,
I'm gonna be
Professor London. We got to get to Koya.
last week we talked about spells and how we're in this big mess because spell casting, and we agree that spells are words. I want y'all to see what Medusa just did. She was trying to cast a spell on us. That was gaslighting, and she took this term, can you have black pride not center in Africa? I'm not talking to you. The topic is, can you have black pride and not center Africa? And she started talking about the Lion King. Now somebody's confused, and in that
That was
confusion,
just
she can
now.
insert her narrative. Don't worry about
That
it.
was
Don't
just
worry
now.
about it.
Like honestly, I just wanted to correct the part where it says, the lion is
All
the king
right.
of the jungle.
Okay.
Even the
Okay.
song sings that.
Girl, I can't. I cannot. It's just wait. Koya, hello. You there?
Hello, yes, I am here. Thank you for having me on,
Of
right?
course. Let me start your timer. Go for it.
All right, perfect. Can you have black pride and not center Africa? Of course. Every day I walk around black and I'm so grateful to be black. You know what I'm saying? I look at my lips, my booty, all of the curves that I got, my hair. You know, I've never had to sit here and say, what do Africans think? I've never had to, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have never been to an African braid shop. I have never had to go to an African for anything, you know, accessories, clothing, nothing, right? I have never had to center Africa on anything. I have never had to go to be like, oh, what is the African thing? I've never had to do that. Oh, let me go and find an African person to help me with my homework. I've never had to do that. I live my life with always black Americans, right? My person I got my house bought with, a black American. The person that did my underwriting for my house, a black American. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to do that. I already tell you, the girl that do my nails, she's Jamaican. Boom, bomba clot. Or claim African ancestry. No, I don't gotta claim no African ancestry, not at all. I tell people right now, I'm indigenous to America, and I don't care if somebody look crazy at me. I tell them straight up to their face. I'll be like, I'm not a McGraw-Hill. I'm not a U.S. education, 12th grade level. I think past that. I don't sit here and just make people comfortable anymore. I say what I mean. I stand on my chest, right? And that's what I do. I don't care. I stand on my lineage. I'll tell them about my history. I got great parents. Sorry, I'm Irish too. I'm Scottish. I haven't found any discernible Africans in my genealogy paperwork. That's all I tell them. And that's it. If you feel uncomfortable, I don't give a damn, baby. Do you? Because at the end of the day, I'm black and I'm proud, right? That's what we go by. I'm black and I'm proud. That's our songs, right? That's our lineage. That ain't no I'm African. No, Africans need to create I'm African and proud. Or are you a Zimbabwe? Y'all need to do that and get your own damn comfortability and stuff. All right, is FBA a grift? Ooh, now this is a good conversational topic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad that you bring this up, right? We do have a lot of people, right, that use FBA in a bad way. You have people that are instead of it being like a lineage, they're trying to turn it into a cult, kind of turn into like a clique, right? It's become very cliquey where people are acting in bad faith and they're not carrying it. They're trying to make it something else than what it should have been, right? FBA just should have been a label. That's it. Foundational Black American. However, you got a lot of people that's taking it too damn far, right? They're excluding people, kicking out people, doing some crazy stuff. You can check people, but some people get to the point where, I don't want to check that person because, they FBA or something like that. Nah, it should just be a lineage. That's it. But I'm gonna land there.
Can I ask a question?
No,
My South
no,
African
we
friend
got
in the
two
comments
people.
to stop calling us names. She called
We
us
have
mentally ill. Can you
who?
please tell her to stop in
Who in
your
the
language? She
comment?
just did you hear? You saw that comment, right, Miss South African?
Huh?
I
I
didn't call
can't. I
you any
don't see
names.
it.
Please don't call me any names. Tell your friends to stop calling me names. I have
Who
1,200
is
South
it?
African friends that are brand new. Please don't call me mentally ill in your language. Thank you.
No, I would never call
I
you
don't know
mentally
who
ill.
No,
did that.
she did
However,
in the comments. I read it.
Can
It
one of
translate works.
my
who?
Itwani, if you still up, I think you still up in here. Can you mute if people are using derogatory language? But let's get to D Mo. Can I have your ethnicity? I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. D Mo. D. Hello. Wait. I sent you an invite to unmute.
Well, I want to quickly say, piggyback off what Az said, because a lot of people in the comments was like trying to gaslight and say Professor said he's European. I said I'm mixed with European. Yes, most Black Americans have up to 30% admixture from England, France, and Ireland. So that's just who we are. We're amalgamated, just like Az said.
Demo, what's going on? I'm sending you another invite. All right, let's get to. I
I
don't know
just
what's
wanted to. Yeah, I
happening.
just wanted to. I
Girl,
just wanted to
hold
ask
on,
if
girl. You cannot. Let me. It's other people on the panel. Jeez Louises. Hello, Hiwa.
Hey, Love Jones. Hey, Professor.
What's up?
Hello,
Go ahead and
everybody.
watch your countdown. Go ahead.
I hope everybody's blessed. So of course we can have Black Pride and not Center Africa because, as the young lady said above me, this is us. This is who we are. I feel like when it comes to is FBA a grift, I feel like what social media is doing, as social media does, is it makes a trend into something that gets filtered out. For example, BLM. We all knew it was about police brutality. We took it as police brutality. But then, of course, it got out to get into social circles, and then now we have black squares on Instagram. And so that's also how you defeat a movement is you put it out there and you put it to make it seem as if, oh, like CIA, all this, that, and the other thing, it defeats a movement. So it's a tactic to defeat the movement because obviously we're having traction in our delineation. So I just want to put that out there as a thing. And for my own whatever, because I'm on petty, whenever I hear somebody talking about like pop or hip hop or rap or anything like that, and they bring up like all these like other people, especially like when in the industry of K-pop, I put in there, it's like, hey, I really do appreciate when people like listen to my cultural music. So if you use rap, you're listening to my cultural music. You
Yes.
know, so I like to say use that add those things to my language. And to the young lady that's from here from South Africa, if you understand that Tyla is colored and is recognized as an ethnic group in South Africa, you can recognize that Black Americans are an ethnic group within the United States.
Hello.
I never denied it.
Okay,
I
so
literally
then,
supported it from the
so
beginning.
you understand again. So, but see, what you're saying is that you're trying to make it sound as if you don't understand. You do
No,
understand. You
I
just said you
literally when
understand.
yeah
So you
from
should
when
be
I
able.
started.
So listen. So if you understand it, then that means that you're not respecting it.
No, I didn't
Because
say
if you
that. Like literally
understand it,
when I
then you should
chimed in.
respect it.
Yeah, when I chimed in, I said that pride is a choice.
No, that's not a different. Friend. Now you're trying to turn around words. If you
Casting a
again,
spell.
it's frustrating because I try to give love wherever I go, and if you understand that Black Americans are an ethnic group, but then you still say, "Oh, it's a choice." You don't. You're
No,
making it
I
seem
never
as if you
said.
don't
I never
understand. The
said you
same
guys are a
way
choice. I
that
said your
Tyla could not
pride in
change her
pride.
ethnic group from being colored is the same way that I cannot choose to not be Black American.
And I
If you
agreed with
respect
them
that
from the
ethnic, if you
beginning.
respect that colored as an ethnic group in South Africa, you can respect that Black American is an ethnic group here in the United
I
States
never
and not something
disrespected
that
it.
we choose.
I
We do
never
not
disrespected
choose
it,
to be Black American. We are Black American.
and that's
Thank
fine.
you all for listening.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, sweetheart. Hey,
I
watch,
never
y'all. Yeah, hold on,
I
Medusa.
never said
Watch,
that.
y'all. Watch Medusa. She's trying to cast a spell. I'm serious.
Okay,
That gaslighting. I love that she's here. She's
okay.
trying to
I
cast a
love being
spell,
here
and we
too.
are hip to it. You
I love
are.
being here
You
too.
are.
But also, just for us to get an understanding, of one another. When we read about the transatlantic slave trade of Africans into the United States,
None of that has
I
anything
just
to
want
do
to
with
no
what
no
I
wait
said.
wait
None of
wait
that
wait
has anything to
wait
do with what
please
I said. We've
wait.
already
I
agreed
just
that you
want to
understand
understand
that colored is
based.
an ethnic group, as you should understand that Black American is an ethnic group. Don't tell me about anything else that we're talking about. We both
Excuse
understand
me,
that colored
please.
is an ethnic
All of
group
that was
and that
established
Black
already.
American is an ethnic group. Full
That was
stop. Anything
established
that's
already.
backtracking around is going to not be constructive to this conversation.
So
And I'm
this is what
sorry,
I
it
want
felt
to
like you
ask.
just got me out of pocket. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Apology accepted. Wait, so this is what I want to ask, right? Because this is the history that we are reading. So I just want to understand from a perspective of indigenous Native Americans and Black Americans. Do you guys identify with the people that were trafficked into slavery in America? Do you identify with those Africans?
But Medusa, can I speak to that?
Go ahead.
You just
Did you speak?
I did a little
I feel
bit.
like
A
I
little
heard your
bit.
voice, and then I don't know
I
if I'm
know.
bugging out, but go ahead.
You're so good. Yeah, Medusa, earlier weren't you arguing that oral history, in your opinion, could triumph over certain written history if you feel like it wasn't clear or aligned
No, I
with
didn't
your
say it would
understanding?
triumph. I was just asking if you recognize it.
No, no, no.
Like, do
I'm
you
saying I'm
recognize
asking you
as
though. No, I'm asking you. Did you not say that the song that you mentioned that they translated it wrong, right? Like it was supposed to be king, but instead they translated it as lion, and you said
correct?
the actual translation was
A
king,
leopard.
correct?
No,
Right, and that's based
it's the
off of your
king.
oral history, right?
No, not my oral history. This is an entire ethnic group of people in South Africa that
That's
speak this
fine, but it's
language.
based off of something other than what they written, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so if we can recognize that is an occurrence, if you're going to reference history, right, when it comes to another group of people, I think you need to rely off of what they're telling you about their ethnic group,
Of
correct?
course, and I respected that. I never denied. I never said that Black Americans need to identify with Africa at all. I never even said it at all. I literally
Okay.
said that
But yeah, but with
based
your
on
question
the
around the
conversation.
transatlantic slave trade, right?
Yeah,
You're
because it's
referencing a group of
necessary.
people, right?
Yes,
But you're
it's
referencing a group
necessary to
of
the
Medusa. Why
subject.
can't you let people finish their sentences?
Because she's
No,
trying to cast a
I'm
spell.
I'm just saying, why
I'm
can't we
literally
have a
listening to you guys,
conversation?
and you guys literally
But no,
interrupt
but
me
that's
when
the
I speak.
thing.
But
Like
you
we
can
can't talk at
continue.
the same time, Medusa. We just can't.
Yeah, you
So
can
I'm
continue.
saying, correct. So what I'm saying is you're referencing the transatlantic slave trade to try and connect that to our group of people, right? Based off
Yeah.
of history that you understand, but that's not necessarily the history that you're being told by Black Americans.
Okay, so you're saying that there was no slavery,
No, I'm
transatlantic
saying
slavery.
that you're not getting your information from the ethnic group that you're trying to talk about.
So that's why I'm asking the questions, guys. Like I'm like literally
But
I'm
we don't.
asking
But
the
that's the thing.
questions
But
because
Medusa, we don't exist to educate you, right? That's not the topic.
then what is this for? Like I
The
thought this was
topic is not. You're
educational.
censoring yourself, babe.
I'm not. I'm
She
literally
came here to
asking.
You
cast
I'm
a
are.
literally
spell. That's what
asking
she
you
came
Like
here
guys
you're
to do.
referencing the
questions
transatlantic
about
slave trade. That
yourselves.
is not the topic.
This is what I'm trying to establish,
We don't
right?
need you to establish anything because that's not the topic, right?
So
So the
okay,
topic is Black Pride, centering Africa. Do you need
because
to claim
what?
African ancestry? That's not the topic.
Okay,
So
so
what you're coming up here saying you want to be educated. At the end of the day, this is get educated when that's the topic. Okay?
all right. So the conversation here really has been about Black people, like Black people,
Americans. Yes,
right?
Americans.
And
Americans.
then yeah. So based on the question, can
Based
you
on
have
Black
Black pride?
Americans. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Black. Can you have Black pride without centering Africa? So Africa, there were Africans that came here, right? So in as much as you guys don't identify with Africa, Africa was part of the sentence. And people from Africa chimed on here to share their opinions. Now, what I'm trying to understand, because I've heard from you guys that you guys identify with indigenous Native American tribes, and I do not deny that at all. I believe it's actually true. I believe it's true because of the migration patterns that Africans have done for centuries before slavery. However, what I'm trying to establish is with the Americans, with the Black Americans who are in America, who do not identify as indigenous Americans, but they've been there for 400 years. Do you guys identify with those brothers and sisters that are not Native American?
You don't even, that's the thing. You're speaking to a group of people that you're not listening to their actual history. You have
I'm
no
listening now.
understanding. You have no understanding of their lineage or their
That's why
ancestry
I'm
to
asking
say
questions,
that they
guys.
came from. No, I'm just saying you have no understanding of their history. Why are you speaking on another group of people?
That is why I'm asking the question.
So why did you say that they came from Africa and they've been here for 400 years? Where are you getting that from?
Okay, so
A
the
great
transatlantic
question.
slave trade, right?
Exactly. You're still
There
referencing
were
history that you're not getting from those people.
okay, so there are places in Africa, right? There are places in Africa where they will say this is the door of no return.
Yep.
I've been there. That had
Yes,
nothing to do with
you've been
us. They went to that at Elmina Castle. That went to the Caribbean. That went to Jamaica. Do you know who you're talking to, ma'am?
So none of
Went
those
to Brazil.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So none of those people who went through those doors landed in America.
According
Very
according
slight,
to
if any.
according to the
Very slight.
Ghanaians, according to the Ghanaians who ran the museum, they went to the Caribbean. Like she said, Brazil. Most of them went to Brazil, Jamaica, and Haiti. They have nothing to do with us.
All right. So phenotypically with Africans,
See, you're trying to
Caribbeans,
cast a
Okay.
spell.
African
All right,
Americans,
Love Jones,
we've
piggyback me.
entertained this enough. Thank
you
you.
guys like
Who has that?
really
Who's yet to go? Is his
associate
name
yourself with some proximity to whiteness.
Demo?
Wait a minute.
Hey,
What did you
Demo.
say?
trying
What did
to
you
get-
say?
Yeah, hello.
I think
We
Demo
got
hasn't gone
we want a
yet.
proximity to
okay.
whiteness.
Hold
Yeah, I'm
on,
here.
everybody. Mute. Let's let this person go, and then I'm gonna swap out a couple of people, and then we're gonna open the panel. Demo, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can I have your ethnicity, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt.
I'm a Liberian from West Africa.
Are you in America?
Yeah.
Before you go, everybody up in here, what the hell? We should have 100K likes. It's 241 of y'all up in here. Double tap the screen. Follow me if you're not already following me. And follow anybody on the panel if you've enjoyed their contributions to tonight's conversation. And add to the gift gallery and the gifts that's pinned and send heart meets. Go, let me start your countdown. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So to respond to the prompt, you say, can you have Black Pride in North Central Africa? You know, just as some of my the other guys stated, yes. Yeah, you can do that. You know, you can be Black and not being an African. So if you are proud to be Black, of course. Well, the only issue is that I have with FBA, you know, is when they try to say Black is unique to they alone. You know, I think that is an issue. You know, Black, even in the U.S., I don't know if Black is listed as an ethnicity. You know, primarily when you say Black, it refers to race. If you don't want me to call myself Black,
Oh my God. That is not
so
true. Not in the United
which race
States.
am I?
What were you before you got here? That's what
No,
you
as a
are.
race, as a
Oh my
race,
God. We know that
which race am
reciprocal
I?
construct.
I'm Black, right?
No.
You're Liberian, sir.
No,
Where were
You're
that's
you
not a
other.
registered in
race. That's
Liberia
my
as Black?
nationality.
In your
A
So
census, were you
Liberian,
registered as Black?
that's my
In your
nationality.
census in Liberia, were you registered as Black?
In Black, what do you mean?
In your census in Liberia, were you registered as Black? On your medical records, are you registered as Black? On your birth certificate, are you
There's
registered
no
as
need
Black
for
in
that.
Liberia?
There's no need for that because we are all Black.
No,
Exactly.
it is. It's a
Yes,
classification.
I have
So
a
he said
If you
no.
question.
were
So
classified as
okay, I'm
Black, you would
coming.
have it.
So
Ask him
everywhere
what does
around the
black
world,
what
a
does
white
black
South
mean to
African, a
you?
white person from Europe, they can go anywhere in the world and call themselves white.
No,
But
they
we
That's
can't.
not true.
Africans,
No, they
That's
what
not
do
can't.
you mean?
true. That's
What
not
is
So
true.
they
black
are not
to
white.
you?
They
This
are
is what I
not
was
I
part of the
questioning.
white
can't mute
race.
myself on here. I don't know why it's not letting me.
Do you think?
Is that what you're saying?
Well,
No, what I'm
these people
saying is
just
that
lie
it
like they
depends on where
breathe.
you're from. It
A
depends on
white
where
South
you're from.
African cannot call himself white when he come in the
No, no, no,
US.
no.
The white
Ladies
person
and
from
gentlemen,
Europe cannot call
my
themselves white.
first my first semester at Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the majority of my dorm room suite mates were from Europe, Italians, French, a bunch of English people. And I called them YT, and they didn't know what I was talking about.
White.
They said, I'm Italian, I'm British, I'm French. They didn't identify as YT. So what are you talking about?
No, I also identify myself as a Liberian. I'm a proud Liberian. But when it comes to race, I am black. I have been black.
No, you're
That's what
not.
I'm talking
Your
about.
your race is what made you black.
My race. So what's my race?
Your race is
What
other.
makes you black? Can you answer her question?
Liberian is not a race.
No, what makes you black? Can you please answer the young lady's question?
When you talk about race, it
What makes
primarily
you
deals
black,
with the
sir?
color of your skin. It
No,
primarily
skin
So
color
are
has
deals with
nothing
the
to do
color
with
of your
anything.
skin
are
when you talk
dark
about
skinned
race.
Indians black, Demo?
Come again?
Are dark skinned Indians black?
Hello.
Okay, just a little bit.
The indigenous Australians black?
Demo, are dark skinned Indians black because of their skin color?
Yeah, if they dark, then they are black.
So
My
Indians are
goodness.
black now.
He done turned Asians
So
into
which
black
race
people.
am I? That's why I
So
want you to
Indian. So I
tell
know.
me.
So
You're
You
just let's
Liberian.
just.
tell me
I
my
just want to
race
hear it
is a
on record.
Liberian. Which
Demo,
race
can
am
you
I?
say that for the record, please? Because it's being recorded.
No, you
Can you
answer my
say
question. Which
that
race
dark
am
skinned
I?
Indians are black? Can you please say that for the people?
No, I don't want to go that route. So if you don't want me
No,
to
no,
call
no, no, no,
myself
no,
black
no.
as
We're
a
down
race,
that route. You just
so
said
which
skin
race am
color.
I? Just tell me
No, no, no,
because you say my
Demo,
race is
Demo.
a
Hold on, hold on, hold
Liberian.
on.
That is
It's
totally
skin color,
wrong.
correct? I just need to hear because it's gonna be on the playback. Just say
No,
because of
you
skin color, dark
no,
skinned
no.
Indians
It is
are
my
black.
turn, right? This is my
Sir,
turn to
we
talk.
don't
So
care
you
what
answer
you
my
are.
question. Which race am I? If I'm not black, which race
We
am I?
really don't
Why
care.
won't you
Liberian.
answer that, Demo?
My race cannot be Liberian. That is totally wrong.
You're not
Demo,
Ignorant.
black. You're
That's
not.
it.
why won't
Just
you
Okay, so
answer
you
what's
that,
my
just said
race?
Demo?
that.
I know my race to be black. If you see
No,
not,
you know
so
what
which
your
race
race
am
is,
I?
Demo? You know what your race is? Your race is other.
Other. What? Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
What do you mean,
Where
can
the
we
heck that coming
imagine?
from? Where the
We
heck that
have
coming from?
other.
How can my race
What do
be
you think?
other?
So on the census, we have an other
Define order in
category.
the dictionary. Define
No,
order in the
Demo,
dictionary. How can my
Demo,
race be other?
your race is
Do you
other.
even hear yourself? Other?
Your race,
Other is not a race.
it
It's on the
is.
form though,
It's on the forum.
Liberian. It's on the form.
No,
Why do we
but
have
Click other.
other?
Thank you.
no,
It is
it is
other.
not. It is not a race. Other is
Yes,
not a
Other
it
race.
is on the
Even the
is.
form when it asks for
professor
your
over
race.
there, he's silent because
Yes,
I don't
it
think he
is.
agree with you.
Because the reality, Demo,
Other
this
is
is what
not
you
a
don't
race.
understand
You don't
about
even read
race,
that
right?
far, huh?
This he doesn't. This you don't
It's
understand
literally
about
right
race.
there.
No,
Race is a
I see that
race.
in the US they give
He's
freedom of
obsessed with
expression.
something that's
Demo,
Somebody
fictional in the
might
first
want
place.
your
to
race, the box that you
identify
check,
themselves in
the
a
box
way
that you
that
check is other, Demo. That is your box. Is the other box. And the rest of the immigrants, that's your box. Because the reality is what was constructed in America was constructed off of the people who were here during the conception of this classification, right? That's all black is a classification, white
you know what
classification.
I don't
All
mind.
these things are classifications, okay? And they
Look,
apply
I
to the
wouldn't
people
mind.
that were classified under those terms. So black was a classification that was applied to black Americans specifically way back into the 1800s, way before you even had a country. Okay? Way before then.
No.
So you never
How
so
many
the
races do we have in the
classification,
world,
Demo,
please?
the
How many races do
classification
we
of
have in the
black,
world?
the classification of black never applied to you in this country because you were not
No.
here.
No,
Your
when we're
people were
talking
not
about
here,
race,
right?
when
So
we're
let's be
talking about
clear, Demo.
race,
So if you ever
oh my
wonder
God.
what is my race as a Liberian in America, it is other. That is literally it. That's
Other is not
anytime
a
you see
race.
You're not
anytime you
even
see
Other
bothering to
is
other,
not a
listen
race.
to her.
I could click that
You're
because
not
I'm in the
even
anytime you
bothering
see
US.
to
other
listen to
on
Where
a
her.
I'm coming.
forum,
I could
anytime
click
you see
that.
other on a forum, you're gonna be like, that's me.
Yes.
That's
Not
me.
Yes.
another
I
Because
want
forum.
to
black
agree
is
with you a
not
little
Stop
bit.
you.
I
talking
want
while
to
she's
agree with you a little
talking.
bit. No,
Black
but
is
it was
not
my
you.
time. She gave me 3 minutes
That's
to
not your
talk. It is my time to
classification,
Your
you
talk.
3 minutes
know?
is
Sir,
long
your 3
over.
minutes
Yeah,
is
it's
up.
been way
No,
up.
you
It's
didn't
been
even
way up.
let me land for 1 minute.
But no, we already we heard
I
you. I
didn't
want
land
to
for
because
1 minute.
Because
we
you're
needed to be
talking
for we
rubbish.
needed to be for other people as well because y'all all don't even know who you all are. So we got to teach you,
No,
okay?
no,
Because when you
no,
come to
no,
this
no,
country,
no.
you
No,
seem
you
to
gotta
get
teach yourself.
amnesia on who you are. So we got to tell
No,
you who you are. You're other.
no.
You've always
No.
been other, and you're only going to be other in
Wait.
this country. Black is reserved for Black Americans. That's what that
I
box is
want to
for.
agree with you a little bit, huh?
It's not. You ain't got to agree
select.
with me.
Well,
We know you
oh
don't.
my
We know
God.
y'all forget your identity as soon as y'all step foot on this land.
No,
I don't know what it is
I did not
about this
forget my
land,
identity.
but for
I
some
did
reason
not
y'all like, oh
forget
my
my
God, all of a
identity.
sudden I'm Black. All of a sudden, I've never identified as Black my entire life. My family doesn't know anything about Black at all. But as soon as I step foot in America,
Wow.
guess what? I'm Black now. No, that's not how
Can
that
you
works.
list?
You
Can you
have
list the
been
race?
other,
Demo,
and
How
you're
many
still
races do we
other.
have in the world? How many
Here
Demo,
it
races do
did
we
is.
you
have?
I'll
Can
land
you
Demo,
here.
list them? Can you
Demo,
list
did
them?
you come to the United States by way of Ghana?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I didn't. I lived in Ghana before, but I didn't.
Didn't
From
I just
Liberia.
say, didn't I just say that? Didn't I just ask him that? That's it. No more conversation with Demo. Can we go on to somebody else? Can we go on to something else?
Come on,
Demo,
you
just
asked the
stay mute.
question, and
No, stay
Yeah,
mute.
it is
Stay
not
mute.
true. I didn't
yeah,
come by
Didn't
way of
I ask him
Ghana.
that he
I
was in
came from
Ghana, Professor?
Liberia.
Didn't I ask him was he in Ghana?
yeah. He's a line
Yeah,
African.
he's using the vernacular from Ghana. He's using their poor English. I don't want to hear you
Yeah,
no
poor
more. Can we
English.
go to somebody else? Demo, that's it.
No.
You're
Yeah,
over. I'd rather talk to the South
Love Jones
African than
gave me
you.
3 minutes,
I'd
and
rather
you
talk
don't
to the
want me
South
to let me
African.
talk for a
I don't
while.
know, because you have
stop
1
nothing to say.
whining.
minute.
Stop
You have
whining,
nothing to
sir.
say.
You know?
Love Jones. I wanted to big back me. I wanted to
Hey,
show.
Love John, do you want me to learn? She's the host.
No, can you
You
just
know?
drop down? Because you said enough. We heard
No, I
your.
haven't said
Divisive,
I'm
anything.
wild
tired of your
African.
accent already.
I
Just
haven't
go.
stated
Just go.
anything.
I'd rather listen to Kalo speak than
Please
you.
let me
Please just go.
speak.
Yeah,
I
you
want
guys are
to.
so intolerant. You
I
know, why
wanted to
can't you,
show
like, why?
something.
Yeah,
I
low
don't know.
IQ
Hey,
is
be quiet,
intolerable.
wild
It's
African.
intolerable.
Wild African, be quiet for a moment. If y'all look, this is Columbia University. I don't know
Why
if y'all can
black
see that.
America? You need to keep quiet.
Love Jones stepped away for a second,
You
Is
but
know
there
why?
a moderator
Y'all not
here to
actually
mute
behaving
him?
like a professor. Y'all not
Is there a
behaving like an
moderator in the
intelligent
room
person.
to
You
mute
have to be
him?
tolerant. You have to
Because
be
he's going to
tolerant.
keep saying.
hey, Wild
X20
African,
see
calm
here.
down.
Because he's going to keep talking until he says something that triggers the live. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, this is Columbia
I don't
University.
believe you're a professor,
The
honestly.
year is 19. I think it's 1942. But according to this document from Columbia, in 1680, I don't know if y'all can see that's tiny, but in 1680, the committee, Governor Bradford reported, this is a quote, in 1680, Governor Bradford reported to the Committee on Trade and Plantations that 40 to 50, y'all see that? 40 to 50 Negroes have been brought into Massachusetts from Madagascar. Now let's stop right there. Madagascar is not West Africa. We ain't got nothing to do with West Africa. It says most of these were women who were sold at 10, 15, and 20 pounds apiece. In the same year, Governor Leet of Connecticut, in answers to the queries to the Lords of Privy Council, replied that 3 or 4, look at that, 3 or 4 Negroes yearly were imported into the colony. Ladies and gentlemen, we ain't got nothing to do. And the reason why I brought that up is that spellcaster woman was trying to imply that we're African because of the transatlantic slave trade. Yeah, some of us do have African ancestry, but it ain't her.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear that. That's all.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on.
That's all.
Can you do the math? What is 40 divided by 40? How many? By 50 million? That's substantially less than 1%. I have a greater chance of winning the fucking lottery than being an African, ma'am. Given that evidence, that wasn't oral history. That was Columbia University in New York. Given that documented history, most of us are not African.
And I
That's
understand
why we
that.
don't care about Africa.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Because to be honest, the average African has never seen a Black American except for the TV, or unless you travel to African countries. So what you are fighting and defending is people who don't even know you unless they watch TV.
I
Many
don't know what you're
Africans,
talking about.
no, for real. 54 countries. In all those 54 countries, there are towns, cities, villages, and
I've been there, lived there, ma'am. I'm saying your
56
argument is
countries in
not
Africa,
secular.
55 in the African Union. To everybody listening, it's
Listen,
almost
yeah. So what
it's
I'm trying to
240.
say, so what I'm
Thank you.
trying to say is that majority of the people that will probably never leave the continent may never see a Black American like face to face unless they come to America or unless an American travels there.
What's your point?
What my point is saying, when you said that these slaves came from Mozambique, right?
I said Madagascar.
Madagascar, yeah, Madagascar is broken from Mozambique. When you say that they came from there, and I asked earlier, like, do you guys identify with the Africans that came to America as slaves, as FBA, as you guys are like indigenous Native Americans? Do you guys identify with those Africans that came in? Do you believe that
500 years
you
ago,
are
do we identify with people who existed 500 years
right,
ago
right,
in a
right?
very
Because
small
Native
number?
Americans have been there for thousands of years. So if you're able to identify with, Native American history, the Black Americans, because for many of us Africans, we only had to learn about American history either by coming here or later in our lives.
Ma'am, hold
Not
on.
taught to
This
us.
that spell casting again. Let's talk math. I said 40 people, 40 to 50 people per year coming into the colonies, 40 to 50 Africans versus 50 million. That means that we barely got any African in us. So I don't know what your point is. I'm saying, go ahead.
Oh no,
Go
I was just
ahead.
saying, and to that point with the 40, we don't even know if they survived. We don't even know if they procreated. We don't have that. So it's like you're wanting us to identify with people that are not traceable
No, I'm not wanting you
at
to
the end of the
identify. I
day.
was asking if you
How can
identify
we
with
identify
the
with them if it was so negligible, right? The amount was negligible, and then we don't have their exact stories to say exactly what they did if they even survived. So the fact that it's so negligible, I think we're saying that we identify with being American, and that's
So
it.
in the African American Museum, and they
Once
speak
again, why
about.
are you not accepting the answer if you got
I
it?
am accepting, guys. I
You're
never
not, because
denied.
you're
I never
continuing to
denied you
ask
guys are not
questions.
native indigenous Americans, but you need
No
to
one
understand.
cares if you deny it or not. The reality is, why do you continue to keep asking these same questions? We
Because I
already
want to
answered.
know. You guys are knowledgeable.
Medusa,
You guys are knowledgeable. I'm here
Medusa,
to learn.
No, we're not here to
I'm
teach
literally here
you.
to learn.
We are not here
Medusa,
to
can I
teach
say something
you.
to you? My great grandmother was Irish. I don't identify with Irish people in Ireland, ma'am. She passed away at 102. I was almost 30. She was Irish. Her father Irish. She was born in Kentucky. Her mother was Scottish, but she passed away during birth, January 2nd, 1900. I do love a good shepherd's pie though, but I can't go to Ireland and just I don't fit in. I don't. You understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
I do understand. Yeah, I do understand. And the reason why I asked my questions, I've also traveled throughout the United States, especially in the southern states. And the reason why I do ask this is because when I was traveling in the South, like Alabama, Florida, I've also been to Mississippi. I asked this because the areas where I was over there, including New Orleans, Louisiana, I noticed a lot of dark-skinned people, right? And I also wanted to believe that because geographically where the South is, it gets a lot warmer there, right? But it's also warm in Africa, but there are places where people are not as dark. So the reason why I ask is these dark-skinned people who've been living in the South for many years because of the interactions I've had with them, they can literally trace back their ancestry to like the early 1910s. Like most of them told me they were telling that they were born here or they're born in South Carolina, North Carolina, and they just lived
You're
there or they
being
moved around.
facetious. You're being
No,
so
what
the
I'm
equator
asking,
goes through Kenya, right? The equator goes through Kenya, and that's why they say they're dark skinned. But guess what's right above Kenya? You have Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, and the people of
Sudan.
Tigray. They're not all they're
Sudan.
all lighter in skin color. The equator goes all the way across the world, right? So I don't get what you're saying. You can
No, what
literally
I'm
take a
asking,
photo
no,
in
no,
Kenya
no.
saying I'm staying on the equator, but then
No,
you can
wait,
go right up there
what
to
I'm
Ethiopia
asking,
and they're
guys,
much lighter.
listen.
So I don't
What I'm
understand.
asking because
No, because
from
you sound like
Professor.
your friend down there. Dark skin belongs to
No,
Africa.
no. I never
Can I
agreed
ask
with
a
him either.
question really
But
quick?
then, like,
Can I ask really
I'm
quick
taking
before you
from
get
the
back into the
professor because
things? I know,
the
I understand
professor
what you're saying. If you
educated
just let
us
me have
about
this question
Madagascar.
very quick. I just have to ask you a question really, really quick. Why is it so important for you to have us identify as African? Like not anyone else. Why is it so important to you specifically for us to identify as African? The reason I say that is because this is the same conversation that we're having over and over, and I feel like you're searching for a specific reason, but you haven't reached that reason yet. So why is it so important for you for us to identify as African?
I gotta hear this. Crickets.
She asked you a question.
Sorry, I was muted, guys. I never said I never said that you guys need to identify with Africans. Never. That was not even me coming in here saying that your black pride depends on your lineage with Africa. Never said that. I do agree when you guys say that you are Native Americans and you have indigenous Native
Why is
American
it important to you?
identity. No, this is a learning period for me. Please,
Why are you bringing up dark skin, ma'am?
Because observation. I traveled, right?
Wait a
Just like
minute,
the
what does
gentleman
dark
Bringing up the
traveled.
skin have to do with
transatlantic
anything?
slave trade.
Listen, I traveled to the South, and when I was there with my experience, I noticed people that looked very much like how I can say these people look very African. They're
No,
very
Okay,
dark
wow,
skinned,
wow.
born in
4C
Alabama.
hair.
This
And
is
the
what I
reason
heard
why
in
I
Ghana every
asked,
day, that
the
I wasn't
reason
a
why
real
I
black
asked,
person because I wasn't dark skinned.
hold on. The reason why I asked
Yeah.
is the phenotypical makeup of them. The phenotypical makeup of them.
Besides
So do
dark
all
skin, you ain't mentioned
Africans
nothing.
look alike?
Not
Is
all
you saying?
Africans look alike. Not all Africans
So
look
what do
alike.
you mean by
However,
looking African?
girl, you know what I mean. Come
No,
on.
I don't.
The people
Baby,
in the
all
I
you
know
South,
said
either.
was dark skin,
dark
and then you said
skinned,
they look African because their skin was dark.
4C hair,
So that
and
is
even the
Fuzzy
African.
hair?
nose,
Fuzzy
So
hair?
nose,
so that's
4C
No,
African.
hair, 4C. I said 4C hair.
in
Their
Alabama.
Oh.
nose,
In
their lips,
Alabama.
their cheeks.
Does
Yeah,
that
like that,
apply
like
to
in
No,
Ethiopians,
Mississippi,
no, she
Moroccans?
lying.
Mississippi,
See, this is the thing,
She
Mississippi,
Medusa.
lying.
Like
I
this is
was
the thing,
Florida.
Medusa.
y'all. I
There's
No,
was
no,
just a
this is
born.
the
lot of
thing.
black
I was
people there for
born
me
in
to not believe
Alabama.
that
My
Nah.
whole
none of them
check this
were
Nah.
out.
slaves.
Nah,
You
this is the
Medusa,
understand?
thing.
Medusa, are you listening to the
You lost
professor?
all credibility with
Check
that
this out.
statement. You lost
No,
all
Medusa,
like
are you
credibility with
listening to
that
the
statement.
professor? Look
there's
at the
just way
professor.
too
Hold
many
on.
He
black
You
was
Listen to
lost
people
born
this.
in
all
for me to
Alabama,
not
credibility with that
believe
Medusa.
that you
statement.
Check
guys
this out. I'm
must
born. I'm
come from
born in
Africa.
Alabama.
Medusa,
You
listen.
lost all credibility.
My whole family is there, and yes, we get dark, but and I lived in Ghana. We are not phenotypically, and I'm talking about from Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery, up to the damn coast. We don't look like Africans, ma'am. We're taller. We have a different body structure. Our cheekbones generally, and we have a variance of look
Yeah,
from
I mean,
dark
like
skin to.
even African
Hold on!
Sudanese are in
Don't
the
interrupt
east,
me!
but they don't
Don't
look the
interrupt
same
me!
as
Don't
America.
interrupt me! Do not interrupt me.
Wait a minute, Sudan is in North
I'm
Africa.
calling out a lie
Sud-
because
Sudan. I'm
that's
saying
my home.
Sudan is in the east,
That's
like
my
it's
home.
African.
No. We do not look
It's in North
Sudanese.
Africa.
She's just up here
Okay,
lying,
Exactly.
man.
look at the map.
Right. We have a
I not
whole.
only looked at the map, I looked at the AfricanUnion.org. Sudan is in North Africa, sweetheart. Go
But
look at the
guys,
map and
it's
go look
very
at the
hard
African
it's
Union.
very hard
It
for me
is
to
listed as a
believe
North
that
African country. Thank you.
it's like it looks very
You
recent.
talking about
Like
South
it
Sudan and
looks.
East. You must be talking about
Yeah,
South?
yeah,
Okay, I'm
South
talking about
Sudan,
Sudan, not South Sudan.
like South Sudan, like
Yes, South Sudan
their
is no,
makeup
but Sudan isn't.
tall,
No.
dark. Also in the West, you have your Nigerians, your Ghanaians, your Sierra Leones, Senegalese, tall, dark, like
There
built.
is no one African
But
look. So the fact that
I
And
you
tall.
understand.
the
No,
fact
I
that you said
understand.
you saw
I
some black
understand.
people
However,
in
Professor, she called
America, the
Ghanaians
fact that you
tall.
said you saw some black people in
They're
America
not
and they look
tall. They're
quote
not
unquote
big. They
African,
look big.
as
knowing
fuck,
that
like dark,
knowing
tall,
that
horsey
there's
hair.
no African look. There's
She
no
up here
African
lying.
look.
And
Uh,
Ghanaians
The
ain't tall,
literally
so
the
stop
continent
lying.
is known to have the most
Them
diverse
little four
features
footers.
on the
yeah,
planet,
there's a
apparently
lot of
over
diversity,
3,000
guys, but
tribes. However,
not
there is no
guys.
such thing as an African look, and the fact that you said that
Not
shows
in
that you have an
Mississippi.
agenda, babe. Shows you
No,
have an
in
agenda.
Mississippi, guys, I cannot pretend as if I
No,
didn't
no,
see
you
it
have
when
an
I did.
agenda,
And
and you
like
gave it
when you're
away.
going
You
around, it's
gave it
like
away. You're trying to
it looks
Africanize Black
so
Americans.
recent.
You're
because
trying to Africanize
I'm not
Black
trying to
Americans.
Africanize you
You
guys. Trust
are.
me. You
You
guys,
are.
listen.
And you've been
Africans
failing, by the
don't
way. You've been
listen.
failing. You have been
Listen.
trying to do it this whole time,
Africans
but you're
don't
failing,
lose
babe.
anything by
You're
Black Americans not
failing, babe.
identifying
You're
as
Love
trying to
Jones.
African.
Africanize an
What I'm
entirely different
trying
group
to
of
say to you
people.
guys,
And the
Wait a
fact
minute,
that
can
you
y'all
have a
pause for a
weird
second?
obsession with
when
us,
I'm trying,
Wait,
you're
one
traveling
mic,
all
guys.
throughout our
because
One
I
country.
live
mic. Y'all all
here,
can't talk
like
at the
the
same
other guy
time.
traveled to Africa.
Wait,
You say that
can
I'm
you,
obsessed
No,
because
Medusa?
you
Can
have
you
a
pause
weird
for a
African
second?
obsession,
American.
babe.
All right, what is going
Professor traveled to
on?
Africa, and I never
Medusa,
said that
can
he's
you
trying to be
pause for a
African.
second,
She's
please?
still.
The
I
host.
muted her. Go ahead, Lacey. And then after this,
She
we got. I'm gonna let these 4 new people go, and then I'm gonna have to come back a little later.
She called us African because she said, and I'm not dark skinned, but she said that when she went down south, everybody was dark skinned, so they Africans.
And I
Literally.
want to quickly point out
4C
one lie.
hair.
I want to point out one lie because that's my home state of Alabama. A lot of people in Alabama do not have, and I don't care how dark you are, our hair is different. We don't have 4C hair. We don't have 4C hair, so that's not true. You'll find a jet black woman in Selma with curly hair like mine. So I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm just saying, observation is just like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
why do you think
You know,
that
it's
why do
like
you think that
because it's.
4C hair belongs to Africa?
I never said it belonged. There are people in Fiji with
Yeah,
4C
you
hair.
basically
There are
said that
people
it
in
belongs to
Brazil with 4C
Africa.
hair. No, there are people in Fiji with 4C hair. There are people in the Middle East with
Then why did
4C
you say
hair,
they look African then?
black
But you never
Africans.
said that
Yeah,
those people look
black,
African.
like dark-skinned people who have been living in the Middle East for years,
Dark skinned people, but
centuries.
this is the thing, Medusa. This is for people like you, and it's for you, but for people like you as well. Dark skin belong to indigeneity.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
And what
That
about
means that
migration periods?
that means that if you belong to a dark skinned group of people, you are probably of an indigenous class of people. It's indigeneity. It has nothing to do with Africa. Africa isn't the only place in the world that had humans. Okay? So indigeneity is all over the globe.
Did she say delusion?
If you're traveling across the world and you're seeing people of darker skin complexion having curlier hair, guess what? They are more than likely indigenous people. They're not of you. So that's what
But I
all that
never
dark skin
said that
belongs
to
to
me.
is indigeneity. That is what that means.
Do you believe in the
So you
history
just
of
said that
no.
dark skin belongs to Africa, like the
That's what
Liberian,
y'all thought.
and then that's why I asked him, were Australians Africans? Indigenous Australians are dark. You just said all the dark skin you saw down south belongs to Africa.
So the reason why I asked, because I
No,
do
you didn't
also
ask.
understand
You
that
just said all the dark skinned people down south look more
African.
like
It
Africans
doesn't
because
own
their
a
skin is
skin
dark.
tone.
All right, hold on, guys. Everybody mute.
When
I
you
need
look
y'all
at
all
people
to
and you're
mute.
like, oh, you know, this person.
I need everybody to mute.
Typically is dark.
Hello, girl. You've been talking for a long time.
My bad.
You're gonna have to start your own panel if you want a monologue all day, baby girl. All right, I'm gonna get to these 4 people because they've been waiting backstage. I wish you was up here because you probably could have. All right, I will make it. I don't know what the rest of your name. Believe me. What's your ethnicity? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. You sound like you under the sea, like with the Little Mermaid. Are you? Hello?
I say I'm from Africa, the land of milk and honey.
You know damn well that's America, but okay, which country?
Congo.
Are you in America right now, the land of milk and honey?
Yes, I'm in America right now.
Oh, Lacey, you got a mute, girl. I don't know what the hell. You're in America, right?
Yes, I'm
And you're
in
from
America
Congo.
right now.
Okay, go ahead. You got 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So before I continue, can you have Black Pride?
Kalo. That's Kalo, the guy that just dropped. He came from a new account. He only has 2
It
followers.
is because
and
his
3
old
friends.
account is still backstage trying to get accepted.
I just want to point out to Medusa,
You got
look
2
how they
phones
are
then.
picking up on you, man.
I foot tech when.
Low self-esteem.
Talk for
but
yourself.
when it comes to
But
other
you said she got
African,
low self-esteem. One mic. Y'all notice
She
when my
does.
ass itch when y'all all start talking over each other. I don't like it.
But that's him. He
he's
called her
on-
the same name.
He's I don't know. But just
Medusa.
go ahead. You're on a timer. Go ahead.
Thank
Answer
you,
the prompt.
Medusa.
Speak for yourself. I'm listening.
Your land, Shaka walked on your land. Steve Biko worked on your land. Why do you have this low much self-esteem? They've been picking up on you for
I'm way
like
too proud.
3 hours.
Ndingumxhosa mna. Ndingumxhosa sana we-Eastern Cape and Yandiv.
You gotta speak in
Damn.
English on my platform.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
can't because
like
we don't
he's saying.
understand that.
Yeah, so he understands what I'm saying. What I'm
No,
saying to
I
him
do
is that
not.
you
No,
know
I
that
do
I
not
don't have,
speak
because I can
English.
speak my language. I speak my languages. I wear my traditional attires. I have very high racial self-esteem, by the way.
No, you
So
do not.
you saying that I have low self-esteem, it really is laughable, because people with high self-esteem about themselves know exactly who they are,
But
and they
you've been
don't
trying
fold.
here, trying to
Okay.
prove
You
yourself.
want to use your
Yeah, because
time
I
to
know who I
ask her
am.
questions and go back and forth with her because now you have a minute and 20
Okay, I will
seconds.
answer.
Go
Can
ahead.
you have Black Pride and no Center Africa? I mean, Black Pride started from Africa, but yeah, you can have Black Pride, no Center Africa for sure.
Okay, and then the second part is FBA a grift? Do you know what FBA is?
Oh yeah, it's the new group, but I don't. What do you mean by a grift?
A grift is like a scam, a fraud, like a lie.
I don't think so. I think they're just their own people. You know, it's just a group that decided, oh, we are FBA. They are FBA. I mean, you know, it keeps changing. It was Indian, it was colored, it was black, it was African American. Now it's FBA. So I mean, for that one, I
It might be.
mean, they can be whatever they is.
Are you
That one doesn't affect
Colo or
me.
whatever it was? Because that other account was backstage and I tried to accept it
I
and it
have
didn't
4
go
phones,
through.
and when you live in African countries, you have multiple phones because
Yeah,
everything's made out of
you might be
concrete.
the same
So
guy.
when you drop your phone, you have to have multiple phones. That is Kalo, and that's why he said that.
Your
He
phone
was
comes
saying that in the
from
comments
Congo.
to Medusa. He was saying that in the comments, calling her low self-esteem. He just came on a
Yeah,
new
it's
phone.
sad, you
I
know.
can go and come
She's
in.
been
I can
trying to
come on your
prove
page on
Why
my
did
herself.
phone
you
right
need
on
to
my other
make
phone
get on a
now.
different account? You love us that bad that you had
Yeah,
to go and switch account?
just to bully a fellow African.
No,
Yeah,
because she's been trying to prove
Just to
herself
bully
so
a fellow
bad, and you
Are
African.
you
That's
are
the
how
guy
that's
that
who
African
was
I
just
each
up here?
other.
am.
Yes or no?
picking on her
Are
so
you the
bad.
guy that was just up here?
They're
Yes or
not picking.
no?
We're having a discussion here, Carla.
You the
Medusa,
one that you
stop.
said who's picking on who? You just came up here and told her that she had low ethnic pride.
Pretty much everybody on here, the way you guys are speaking on Medusa,
Speak
love
for
yourself
yourself.
first.
Speak for yourself. Don't speak for everybody. Speak for
But when it
yourself.
comes to African, you guys act tough in that one. Look, no, now I agree. The DA will
Maybe
get
if
South
y'all would act
Africa.
tough, your countries
And
wouldn't
then
look
you
the way
got
they look.
exactly you have Tupac as your profile. You know what? Let's get to the next.
Let me tell you about Zimbabwe. Do you know that the people in
Hold
Zimbabwe, they're
on,
giving their
Medusa.
land
Hold
back to
on,
white people?
girl. Y'all,
Medusa.
let's get to happy vibes. You got 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'll be back later.
Medusa.
Zimbabwe
Okay.
is giving their land back to white people, by the
Okay,
way.
Africans, can
Girl,
y'all
I'm
be
gonna drop you if you
quiet?
keep coming off. You've been talking for a long time. Happy vibes. Can I have your ethnicity? I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the on the prompt.
Sure. Black, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Black American.
Okay, let me go ahead.
Okay. So can you have Black pride and not center Africa? Yeah. Because one, if we're referring to Black, we're referring to people in America. I don't know when these people started to call themselves Black. It's very weird, very obsessive. Black is not owned in any way exclusively to Africa, nor did it come from Africa. You guys were never even classified as Black, so it's very weird. So for sure you can. Um,
My allergies are
and then
acting.
if FBA is a grift, like no, it's not a grift, it's a lineage. Um, and that's really kind of like the bottom line with that. For people that don't agree with it, that's most likely, a person that's not of that ethnic or that lineage, regardless. Um, I don't really understand why she went on a diatribe, or this guy came up here going on a diatribe about like being Black. Why are you guys so obsessed with like connecting yourself to us? It's very obsessive. Like it's almost giving a socio or psychopath. Like
Ooh.
I'm serious. Something is wrong with you guys. I've never seen people go from one continent, come over here to this country and say, "Oh, I'm you."
Like I'm
Mm.
black, and you was never classified as that. It's sickening. Like I will let you be able to say that you're Jamaican, that you're African, or you're Zimbabwean, Congo, wherever you come from, and we respect that. And all we ask you guys is to respect the fact that we are Black Americans, and when they refer to Black, they're talking about us. None of y'all guys were classified as Black. Get over it.
Mm.
Black is not. You guys don't own a skin tone. You don't own a skin tone. You
Yes, we
don't
do.
own a hair texture. No, you don't. You don't own a skin tone.
He
You
said,
don't
"Yes,
own a
we
hair
do."
texture. You don't own a lip structure. Like you don't own that. You don't own white noses. You don't own big lips.
Oh yeah, we do. I mean,
No, you
1.4 billion
don't.
people
No,
in
you don't.
Africa got big
African,
lips.
please stop acting wild on here. You're not in a village. Stay on your
Oh,
mute.
oh my God,
That
y'all.
must be Medusa.
Yeah, no, it's not. Stay on your mute. So, like I said, they don't own all those things. So it's very like obsessive that you guys come here with this narrative just to try to connect yourself to us. And the only reason why you're doing it is because money and because you guys have no history, no
Oh,
written history. I land.
Maybe
okay.
Medusa,
No,
but the
no,
rest of
no,
Africa
no,
does have.
no, no. We have a new person. Rod Jones, can I have your ethnicity? And I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to speak on the prompt. And then I gotta go, y'all.
Okay, good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Maybe we cousins. But yes, I'm from here, both my parents from here, no immigrant background from
Okay, go
maybe
ahead.
500 years if there was any other than the European ones. Um and to go to the prompt, can we have Black Pride, not Center Africa? Definitely. Absolutely. Um Before they propagandize us to like they had to like really convince us through the media and everything that we were African since
Mm-hmm.
like I would say I mean the 20s of course with Marcus Garvey, but before that we were just us, like we were fighting for our land most of the time, especially in my family, and and just our roots, our music. There's nothing about us similar to Africa. My grandma always said it. She's like, she was respectful, but she just said, I don't know where the Africa comes in. Like our Negro spirituals, the way we harmonize, the way we have our rhythms, the way we move, like we're always extra. Like if you notice, Africans are very composed and they don't want to even smile sometimes. They're very stoic and bland sometimes. Not to say all of them. But we are just like always making things saucy, and if the other person's not saucy enough, we even get saucier, like we
Mm-hmm.
just have a different way. We don't even eat the same food. And my aunt from Jamaica said that she identified more with Africa based on the yuca, the cassava, the plantanos, and those kind of things. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't really have those here. Not to say I never ate it, but I'm just saying that's not in our menus.
Mm-hmm.
So is FBA grift? Of course not. Like how can you grift on who you are? F is just an adjective that goes in front of Black American, and it just makes it so it goes to 1776. You can call it a 1776 Black American or foundational or any other synonym that has to do with we were here for a long time and we built this country. And I wanted to ask Medusa if it's okay with
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
I wanted to ask Medusa, were you at the UN the other day in March? Because you sound a lot like Dr. Panache. Just
I
a
No,
was, I was at the
yeah.
UN.
Well, I'm
You a
asking
damn lie.
Medusa if she is the head of the reparations part of the AU. Is that
no,
who you?
no.
Do
I
you know
wasn't part
who
of
she
that.
is?
No, I don't know who that
I
is,
was
but
there.
a lot
No,
of
I.
them are, they watch the show. They be in the bushes, and sometimes they come under aliases on the panel, just like this guy with the Tupac profile. You all said that he
Exactly.
switched
she,
profiles,
she
and
sounds
they
just
get
like
up
the
here
lady
and
who
do
was at
that.
the EU for the
I.
Repertory Justice with
Yeah, I wasn't.
Bahama.
I wasn't
Do you
there.
know who she is?
No, I
I
don't know who
was
she
at the
is.
UN that you were talking about, and it was not about Black America. So don't put yourself in that
No, no,
stories.
no. It was
Yeah,
about
there
reparations.
are a group
And
of
Dr.
tents
Panache, wait,
underneath
can I
the
talk about
bridge
this,
across the
Lacey?
street from the United Nations. That's
Reparation
probably
doesn't
where he
mean Black
was.
Lacey.
America.
I
It's two
mean,
It is.
different
It is a group of
things.
tents. I was
Tupac.
just there. It's a group of tents
Um,
underneath there.
Timu
He probably
Tupac.
sleeps in the
Okay,
tents.
Timu Tupac.
sir, wait a
Yep.
minute.
Dr.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Panache
on. I
herself. Can I
will.
just,
Hold
is
on.
this
Wait,
I
supposed to
hold
be a
will.
on. Let
convo?
Ra ask him a question because she was saying something, and then Happy, you could go, and then after that, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
y'all's
really
final thoughts, and
quickly.
I'm gonna get
Dr.
out of here.
Panache, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, Chigumadzi. She sat there on the podium and said that indigenous people of America were eliminated. So enslaved Africans were brought to build America. She precisely said, talking about us. So yeah, that's who she was talking about. She brought up chattel slavery. And yeah, she tried to make it seem like we were erased when we're still here.
Clearly,
So
you
that's what
did
I wanted
not
to know.
read
If
the
I
documents.
wanted
The
to know if that
documents,
was you. I didn't read. I read the document and I looked at the video
the
and I looked at it and
documents
studied
didn't
it
say
and I made a
anything
video
about Black
about it and
America.
I
So
read the
what?
articles from the Guardian and I saw how like the Nigerian president like the day before had just met with the king and queen of England to talk about how they're going to take over Africa. That the Nigerians going to take over Africa. There's
Why
a
are you
lot of
making
things.
stuff up?
I am not.
Yeah,
It's in
that
the
wasn't
Guardian. It
me.
was called the Cotton series. You can look it up right now. The
That must be
Guardian.
South
It's a
Africa, not
whole
Nigeria.
series.
Stop
I
Oh,
sent
obsessing
it
now
to
you're
over me,
you.
man.
Nigerian.
Yes,
All
you're so
right, let's
obsessed.
No,
hold
no,
on,
because
Medusa.
they can never take.
You're obsessed with me.
Happy vibes. You can go ahead and say what you need to
Thank you.
say,
Thank you,
and then
Mr.
we're gonna get
Elder.
into final
Yeah,
thoughts.
this is for I will. Like, first of all, when it comes to reparations, they are in fact talking about Black Americans. In fact, they used our history, majority of it. What are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about? I saw the
Let
video,
me ask you a
and I
question.
will. Hold on, I
Let
will.
her finish.
I need you to get on that mute though. Um, they literally used our history. Okay. Not only did they use our history, I went to go look up their 10 steps. They also want our information. So, yes, we are very much so involved in reparations. How are you guys, the people that sold people supposedly, wanting restitution and reparations for people that you supposedly sold, and the least
It's
of them
diabolical.
came to United States, at the least. Why are
Africans
you
did
not
not
hitting
sell
up?
anybody. You are
Stop,
making up
You
stuff.
are
sir.
lying.
Get
It's
on your mute.
you're lying. Thank you. Why is your
You,
name
you,
Booty Hole? Like I don't like your username. Go.
huh? Whoa. Who named me that?
It's somebody in the comments name is Booty Hole.
Oh, oh, I see it now. I see
Go
it.
ahead and land your plane, boo.
But no, like you cannot say that they don't want reparations and they didn't mention our history. Yes, they did.
And I
They
ask you a question. You
repeatedly
scared?
mentioned our history, repeatedly over and over again.
No, they look. The reparation is about Africans and descendants of
No, it's
Africans. If you
not.
are
You,
not, it's not about you.
sir,
Why are you
sir,
You
it
worried
all
is
about
sitting
it?
about
up here
us. It's our
No,
lying.
it's not.
history. It
We
is
all
our
saw
history.
It's
we
not.
all
I
hold
will.
up,
It
everybody.
I
is.
will.
All right, y'all both got to mute. We all saw that press conference of the Ghanaian president standing up at the podium at the UA or AU in the United Nations, literally taking credit for building the United States of America. He said Africans built the railways. He said Africans built the infrastructure. He said Africans provided an economic base for the United States of America. And that couldn't be the furthest from the truth because clearly Black Americans are the ones that heavily contributed to the very fabric of this country. And that is a slap in the face. And then also the reason why Argentina and the United States did not recognize that and all of the other countries did is because he did not have a clear and concise doctrine, paperwork, anything written out as to how those funds would have even been allocated. We were not included in that. Yet he literally used civil rights, redlining, all of our historical contributions to this country to lay claim as to why Ghana should receive reparations on our behalf. They try to make us a sixth
But you
region.
say you are not
And wait,
African. You are not African.
on top of that, African countries are already heavily funded by US aid. The reason why Ghana's even doing
And they
that is
still
because they
from
are literally
Africa.
like $1 billion in debt right now. And this keeps going over everybody's head. And the USA is being cut because of the current administration. So I don't understand why y'all keep acting like it's not all a money grab. And if the grift is anywhere, I think someone said it on the panel earlier, it
Africa
is
doesn't
grifting off
need
of us
aid.
to
Maybe
line
South
their
Africa.
pockets. Yeah, I'm tired of you. I don't want to hear you anymore. Boo tomatoes. All right, let's get into final thoughts.
And can you
Professor
also
Alon.
mention the fact that they're still doing slavery right now in Africa?
Yes, and
Oh,
speaking of
okay.
Ghana,
Like,
Yep.
are we
it's very
Still
serious?
sad.
doing
Children
it.
are being sold for
Have you
$80.
Yep.
It breaks my heart. And
what?
there's over 50
In
million
Libya
orphans.
too.
This is real.
Libya,
Like, we're not making this
Tunisia.
That's
up.
South Africa.
So can
No,
I
that's
can I
Libya and
happening in Ghana. And
Tunisia.
there's
can I get
over
my
It's
50
not
final
in
million
West
thoughts?
orphans on the
Africa.
continent.
Can I get my
It's
final
really, really
thoughts?
sad.
Have you heard
Yeah,
of
all
sweat
right, shut
equity?
up. I'm
Have
just
you
gonna
heard of that?
you're annoying. Y'all don't have no decorum. Y'all act so fucking tacky. I give everybody an opportunity to speak uninterrupted, and then when I'm talking, y'all keep talking over me. Like, grow up. We're gonna do final thoughts. Go, Professor Alon. You know what's funny? I don't know why Black Lion is keep trying to like start a rumor that we have something going on. Like he's literally like, what is that? He was just in
Because
the comments like, "Oh, Love
she's a
Jones is going on a
Ghanaian, a
date with Professor
shawo. That's
Alon."
what she is. And I
Like,
called her that in the comment, and she said, and then she
who?
laughed at me because
Lacey,
she's in a
who?
shawo and she's for sale. Whatever's between her
Lacey, I don't
legs
know
is for
what you're talking
sale.
about, girl. Huh?
Black
I was
Lion
talking
is a
about Black Lion.
Ghanaian woman trying to call
That's
you
a
a
man. Black
well,
Lion's been
whatever.
up here
Black
talking
Lion
multiple.
is still a Ghanaian trying to call you in a shawo because they buy their partners and their relationships in Ghana. That's why your
Oh my
mother's in a
No, a
goodness.
shawo, Black
shower
Lion.
means prostitute.
Yes, it
So,
does. I
What?
know what a shawo means.
Oh
okay.
Lord. All right,
Yeah,
let's get into final thoughts. Go
for
ahead.
some reason, Love Jones, African dudes be real jealous of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. But we would make a cute couple. I'm just you know we would.
Lord, he
Anyway.
keeps. Go
We
ahead.
heard her man in the background when she was trying to mute her
I
mic.
know, I'm just talking.
He was like,
I'm
"No,
kidding.
baby, go ahead, do your thing."
Lacey.
I'm
Oh
kidding. Hey,
my
brother.
God,
Hey,
Lacey.
no
He was
disrespect,
like, "Do
brother.
your thing, boo. Go ahead." She
I'm
was like,
just
"No,
kidding.
I'll be right back. I handle this first."
Black Labor, White Wealth, Dr. Claude Anderson,
Wait,
page
let me make you
111.
big so we can see it.
Okay, this is Black Labor, White Wealth. I'm going to be real quick. Now, I want to point out that Dr. Anderson, this looks blurry to me. Black West Africans' sense of community was narratively and divisively based on tribal origins rather than the commonality of black skin color and collective racial destiny. Tribal and extended family commitments nearly reach up beyond the village compound. West African societies that practiced tribalism had narrow group identity, much racial detachment, and intergroup animosity. The reason why I read that is because we saw it play out. The spellcaster was from South Africa, and the dude was from Zimbabwe. They're neighbors, but did they get along? Nope. He was trying to destroy her. Lastly, he said slavery didn't exist in Africa. Look at that. West African tribal chiefs had a long history of exchanging slaves with Arab traders. Yeah, we can't trust these people. These
You can see
people.
the cover,
Yeah,
Professor.
they
They
said
want
could
to
we show the
show.
cover again so they
Yeah,
could
can you
Yes,
show
get
the
the
cover of the
title
book?
and the
this is a
Black
must-have.
Labor, White Wealth. What's
Dr.
the name of
Claude
the
Anderson.
author? Oh, Claude
Claude
Anderson.
Anderson.
Okay,
Claude.
I
Yep.
Yeah,
need to
so
grab
that
that too.
Gotta have it.
that's what I was
Everyone,
saying,
take a
Professor.
screenshot. Take a screenshot of the book that he's showing on the screen.
That's what I was saying, Professor,
Okay.
earlier when I said that when the other gentleman that came before me said that you don't
It's
need
not
to
your
use
goal, Medusa.
Africa
We
as
doing
the
final thoughts. It's it gets to a point. Go ahead, Lacey. Final thoughts.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that because that noise was my magnetic phone charger. My final thoughts are the Zimbabwean, which Medusa was trying to point out, they just gave back 67 farms back to the white T man. Also,
What?
the thing
Back to
they
wait a
yeah,
minute, Lacey.
they
What do
they
you
were
mean
on
they gave back
sanctions. They were on
67 acres?
they were on sanctions for 21 or 23
Oh
years
my
for taking
goodness.
land from white T owners. They decided just now to
Whoa.
give it back. So that is owned by different
That's crazy.
countries, European countries, by the way.
and then
But
he said
also,
that I have low
Hold
self-esteem.
on, girl.
but
You gotta wait,
also,
girl.
he was saying that the reparations are for Africans for what? And I wanted to say that I wanted to ask him that the reparations, the Juneteenth 2026, Ghana's having a reparations meeting to divvy up the money for themselves. They want Black Americans to come to Ghana to try to get the money. And they want $100 million to redo the slave chambers. And he's not just the president of Ghana. He's the second vice chair of the African Union, which is 70% funded by the European Union. And to Black Lion in the comments, Ghana is the 4th most indebted country on the African continent. It was just announced in your news a couple days ago. You're the 4th most indebted country on the African continent. That's why you want reparations, because you owe a lot of money. All right, that's all.
Okay, go ahead, Medusa. Make it quick.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. I was just saying that when I first came in, I answered the questions that Black Americans. I do agree when you said that Africa is not your standard of your blackness, and I fully agree with that. And to also when Lace just pointed out that we're in disagreement with the Zimbabwean guy, and this goes back to what I said that us Africans, tribally, like also how Professor just read that book, we identify as ourselves for ourselves. We don't use each other as standards of who we are, or how we should measure or compare ourselves to each other. So we will disagree. The Zimbabwe guy will raise a point that I disagree with. I will raise a point that he disagrees with. Africans barely agree on a lot of things, actually, believe it or not. We don't agree on a lot of things, and I just also want to take this opportunity.
We believe it. We know.
Oh yeah,
y'all got a lot of
take this
conflict with each
opportunity
other.
to just thank you guys for your time. Thank you, host. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I hope you guys stay safe and stay well.
Okay, go ahead. I'm written.
Yeah, it was a good panel. I'm noticing that, we're obviously noticing that they have this level of envy or jealousy that we really can't quite, pinpoint. But we're all noticing it. I'm thinking that now that this political climate has been very exclusive solely just for Americans, right? Like Americans for Americans, etc. That we're their only gateway into the West. It appears that within this country, they really have no access, and they really didn't have any access to this country other than through Black Americans. And so this weird reaction of them like attaching themselves to us, it's like the door is closing on them and there's really nothing that they can do about it. And we're the only ones who could have kept it open for them in general. And we're basically allowing the door to close, not stopping it. Damn sure not opening it anymore. So yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to notice those patterns. I don't know if anyone else is
Yep, I
on that.
believe you. I believe you. And you know why I believe you? Even when people come to South Africa to buy properties, to go to nice places, that was because of the labor of ending apartheid by Black South Africans. So the same way that Black Americans, for the civil rights movement, you allowed a lot of foreigners, even from Korea, even Asians, to come and benefit from the system. From the civil rights that you guys fought for, because without you guys fighting for the civil rights, a lot of foreigners that came after would have not had the same privileges that we do now. Even in South Africa, if apartheid didn't end, it was going to be impossible for you to live in places that you wanted, and white people said no. So I really did appreciate this conversation. I did learn a lot from you guys, and good night for now.
All right. Unwritten, did you land?
I could have sworn I was talking. Like, what you mean?
I'm so tired. I'm just like, girl. I don't even think she mean no harm. That's why I'm just like,
you said unwritten, you could go. Like, what?
Girl, if I was here this whole time, I probably would have dropped. If I didn't keep like leaving, coming back and forth.
What was that? So, like I was saying, yeah, like we're their gateway, at least in this country. And look up the term extinction burst. If y'all haven't heard of that, look up extinction burst. And from my understanding, it's basically like a chain of events that could happen right before it like ends a chapter, if you will. And I may not be verbalizing it as accurately, but look it up. To me, I feel like that's where we're at. We're in this period where it's getting heightened, and this is not just the African immigrants, but also I think YT as well, where it's just this heightened like fear that's been growing of people losing something, right? That's coming to an end, and they're like grasping for straws. And I think that's where we're in an just look it up, extinction burst. But yeah, I'll end there. It was great live. See you
Okay.
later, love.
All right. Go ahead. Happy vibes. Final thoughts.
Yeah, so just to piggyback off of what Unwritten said, it's not only just the access to the West, but it's also the access to the resources. These people have been able to select our boxes for years,
That's true.
for years, to
Fact.
double dip for loans, double dip for school, double dip for everything. The immigrant piece, as well as the quote unquote black piece. So it's entry into the West, but it's also the resources the West has as well, that are kind of like siphoned from us and given to them, but we can't use theirs, meaning like the immigrant piece. So it's that, and it's also, like I said, money, and the fact that they really do not have a written history. All the great written history is here in the United States. That's why everybody wants to relegate their blackness to us at the end of the day. Because historically, we were the only people that got the amendments. Historically, we are the only people that had the invention. Historically, we are the only people that fought for civil rights, that fought for all these things,
And
right?
we're
I'm not saying
written into
that.
the Constitution
And
in
when
this
it's our
country.
Constitution, exactly. So people have to realize that all the stuff that they have tried to do to Black Americans here, meaning like YT and sabotage after sabotage after sabotage, we still made something out of nothing. They were not able
Yes.
to do that on those majority melanated continents and islands. They weren't able to do it with people that looked like them in power, and still not in 2026. So at the end of the day, they can say that they think that they're better than you. I don't even think in their mind that they think that they're better than you. I really think that they envy Black Americans, period, point blank. And I land.
Oopsie.
Okay, Ra, you could go ahead. Final thoughts.
Okay, final thoughts. Thank you. I think when I look at those two people that were on the panel, she named herself Medusa. I agree with
What a
Professor
name.
Al. Yeah, I agree with him. He's like, what kind of witchery was she thinking, and how come she's not using somebody from her culture's strength as her icon? So I would like and even the other guy, he wasn't even himself either. He used Tupac. So I would like to rebuke all this madness that's against, what they think they're doing against us. We have a mirror against them. She can look at herself in the mirror and turn to stone at this point. And we just need to bring in our energy and strengthen our spirituality, the godhood, and just keep it moving, because we're on the right path. We're doing the right thing. We just got to keep it going. And I'm just so happy to see us all come together. I think our ancestors are happy with us.
I
Thank
agree.
you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I might come back later. If not, I'll absolutely see you guys mañana. Thank you for everyone who sent gifts. Thank you for everyone who has followed me. We are now in a C League, so I guess we need to get to A. So we got to get to B. And I don't even know how I got up to the C League. I don't know what that means. If it's like, however, many times I stream or how that works. I don't know. But you guys absolutely helped me to continue to move forward so we could get pushed through so that more people could see the live streams and also join the panels and have these conversations with us. Check out my latest content that I posted. Once again, if you are not following me, my hair looks beautiful. Thank you, boo. If you are not following me, make sure you follow me. Life is a movie, you're starring in it. The world is a stage, you are at the center. It gets greater later. Keep going and don't let nobody tell you who you are. Be yourself. Give yourself some grace. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Bye.